pleasant good evening, everybody, from the friendly confines of Crusader Stadium. It's the start of a new season as the playoffs begin tonight, week number 9. And the number 2-seeded Buter Crusaders will be at home if they keep winning throughout the playoffs, and they'll get the Ulysses Tigers here on this opening Friday of the high school 4A playoffs tonight from Buter. Welcome inside the Midway Motors Drive to the game. Aaron West alongside Chris Shank, Matt Atherton, as we get set for what should be a fun few weeks leading up to the Saturday after Thanksgiving. Certainly no turkeys in this schedule, though, as the bracket is tough. You get through tonight, you've got McPherson, Andover Central, a lot of really good teams. Abilene, another one waiting on the other side.
Yeah, when the brackets came out with Buter getting the 2 seed in the West, it definitely, when you look on paper, this side of the bracket is the more loaded for Bears side. Nothing against the people on the other side. But when you talk about the fact that Buter advances through tonight, you'll have the winner of Mulvane, McPherson next week, which both of those teams are quality teams. And then on the bottom side of the bracket, Abilene, is the 3 seed, but they're playing an Arc City team. And we've seen an Arc City team before in the past that didn't have a lot of wins in the regular season go on a tear in the postseason. And then, of course, down at the bottom of the bracket, Andover Central and Independence. And we know Andover Central, we saw them week 1. So definitely, if the Crusaders are to advance to Topeka this year, they are going to have to go through people that got us in the regular season. But it's always tough to beat the same team twice.
And that was going to be my next point, Matthew. There is a chance to go grab some redemption out there, potentially against McPherson, potentially later in the playoffs against Andover Central, in 2 games that have a few things that have gone different. They could have won both those games the first time around.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Games that they were in, both of them. I think both the kids and the coaching staff can look back at both of those games and see a few key mistakes that really were the difference in the game as Buter advances. And, of course, everybody's already, you certainly don't want to look past this week, but everyone's already looking forward to next week and a potential rematch with McPherson. I know those kids desperately want that. They want it. In talking to them, in talking to the coaching staff, they want the chance to right what they felt was a wrong. And so, of course, that starts tonight. Can't look past anybody. It's why we play the games on the field, not on paper. But very, very important for Buter to get out early, set the tone for the rest of the playoff run.
Well, last week, the 28-26 loss to McPherson in Wichita, that special game on a Thursday night at Riverfront Stadium. Buter won every statistical category that you can win, except for the final score, 28-26. And boy, just talking to Coach Warner this week, that's one of those games where literally one play in many different places could have changed that game. And so you overanalyze and you overanalyze. If I'd done this, if I'd called this, if we'd blocked better here, just one play could have made the difference.
Yeah, it's and the crazy thing about it, and I know it was just 8 days ago, but I don't know about you guys, but doesn't that game feel like it was an eternity ago? For whatever reason, just it being a day earlier than normal, it feels like it was a long time ago, and maybe because it was the regular season finale before the playoffs. But I know what you're saying about, well, and you think about the kicking game. If Buter doesn't miss a PAT, then we don't chase points the rest of the game. The twice that we had the first and goal at the 5, if we score on either of those, we win the game. So there was, multiple opportunities. It's a game that definitely McPherson's got to feel thankful that they were able to pull a victory out. But the beautiful thing, this group and the staff, you talked about it, Matt, these aren't the type of guys to hang their head and pout about it. They're going to strap it up and get ready for the next opponent.
Yeah, absolutely. These guys are ready to go. They want to go. In fact, being on the field, talking to them before the game, they all have kind of the mantra that they're working hard to get the freshmen in tonight. Wanting to, and I think probably something that coaches are using, right, as an extra bit of motivation, get out early. Buter's kind of settled into a little, I don't know if it's enough to call it a habit, but a couple of games here where they've just not started very well. If Buter starts well, it typically looks a whole lot different as we get deeper into the game.
Jeffrey Neal threw for a school record 297 yards last week, and some outstanding plays by both Tavian Gilliam and Quentin Pisano. We needed those two guys to do what they did on Thursday night. They were both very special.
Yeah, it was interesting because, it almost reminded me of one of those nights where McPherson was having success throwing the ball, and so then we had success throwing the ball. It's kind of funny how just that sometimes happens, where if one team starts having success doing something on offense, it seems like the other side does as well. But no, Tavian had a career night. Pisano had a great night as well, and so it was fun seeing those guys do good work out there. And the beautiful thing for Jeffrey Neal, coming off a week where he set the school record, I guarantee you in the course of that game, he didn't even have a clue about that. All he was focused on was trying to get the win. And but the neat thing is, just as a senior, that's going to give you a little bit of, confidence going into the rest of the year, knowing that if we need to throw the ball, I've got some receivers that can do their job, and I've got the ability to deliver it.
Chris, we talked about it during the broadcast. I still think, as I've had a little bit of time to reflect on it, the most impressive thing was the number of times that, lots of times quarterbacks, when they throw in high school especially, they'll move the pocket, they'll do quick stuff so that they don't have to. Jeffrey all night was stepping up into the pocket. That's just not a thing you see high school quarterbacks do a whole lot, because that means that there's usually people around their feet, and quarterbacks don't like it when that's the case. But Jeffrey was stepping up into the pocket. I can think of at least 4 of those deep throws over the middle where he stepped way up into the pocket to deliver the ball on time. It was very, very impressive.
All right, but it is almost November. We got to get that ground game going. Just 44 yards last week for Ben Klaus, his lowest output of the season since he became a starter back early in the year. Got to get that ground game back on track tonight.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it last week, and you guys know, talking to the McPherson people before the game, Mac's defense really hangs their hat on the ability to stop the run, and that's something that they've been good at all season long. And so I think a lot of it last week, it's a tip of the cap. The front 4 for McPherson were very talented, and Ben ran hard, but just there wasn't a lot in the way of holes open. And hopefully tonight, like you said, it's a great opportunity to get back on track against these Ulysses Tigers.
Well, it's the 6-2 Crusaders against the 0-8 Ulysses Tigers tonight in the opening round of the 4A West playoffs. We'll have more of our Midway Motors drive to the game coming up, including our This Day in Crusader History. That continues next here on HKFM.
More of the Midway Motors drive to the game coming up. Midway Motors in McPherson, Newton, Hutchinson, and Hillsboro for every mile of life. Next, we'll relive this day in Crusader history. 95.9 HKFM.
Hi, this is Mamie Coldren with the Bueller Booster Club. The Booster Club supports student activities and athletics at Bueller High School. Be sure to follow the Crusader Closet and Booster Club on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for events and new Crusader apparel arrivals. The Crusader Closet is open at most home athletic events. If you would like to be a member, please reach out to us on our Facebook page. Thank you for the continued support from our generous donors.
Hi, it's Aaron West, voice of the Crusaders. Ad Astra Radio is a proud Bueller Booster Club member.
With U.S. Cellular, it's just $19.99 per line for 1, 2, or 3 lines. So you don't need that robot daughter you built to get a 4th line for family plan pricing.
Oh, Robe Elizabeth? She's not going to like that.
The robots will prevail.
Oh, boy.
Get the low rate of $19.99 per line. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
We value human connection with fewer distractions. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Visit your U.S. Cellular authorized agent with locations in McPherson and Hutchinson.
If you need a piece of metal, or an angle for a small project, or a complete fabrication project done, call Johnson Sheet Metal, or stop by 512 South Main in Hutchinson, where we have been in business for over 100 years. We stock over 60 different sheets and 70 different shapes in steel, stainless, galvanized, and aluminum. We can cut to size, bend, roll, punch, or weld to your specifications. We can make your ag replacement panels too. Johnson Sheet Metal in Hutchinson.
Have a smile you want. Come and see us today. We have time for you. Open Friday and Saturday.
Hi, I'm Dr. J. You can have the healthy, beautiful smile you deserve. Come see me today at Hutchinson Family Dental.
Dr. J. Stuckey. Hutchinson Family Dental.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, our coverage of Crusader football this season brought to you in part by NetApp Insurance, by Newfelt's Flooring, Daylight Donuts, by the Bueller Booster Club, and by Johnson Sheet Metal are this day in Crusader history. We'll take you back to the 27th of October in 2011 when Buhler won at Nickerson 42-9. Brandon Keeler had 2 sacks in that game. He finished the season with 9. That team finished 11-1 and lost in the sectionals to Topeka Hayden. The Crusaders are 6-4 all-time in games played on October 27th. They're 3-1 all-time against these Ulysses Tigers. Last meeting was in the postseason in 2014. Buhler won that game 49-37. The series dates back to 1979, and that first year was the only Ulysses win. They won 10-3 in Ulysses. The other 3 meetings all in the playoffs, all 3 in a row, and all won by the Crusaders. It seemed like there was a stretch where we were driving west every year.
Yeah, I was talking to some of the Ulysses fans in the parking lot before the game, and I said, man, this is the first time you guys made the trek here. And the guy was like, yep. So it's but no, and it's kind of funny too, because I was just visiting about Ulysses, and he said, well, he said, yep, not much out there. And I was trying to say, oh, it's not that bad. I always, Southwest Kansas, there's lots of great people out there, but yeah, no, it is crazy how back in the old setup of when you had the Thursday night playoff game, then turned around and played Tuesday, and then played Saturday, you had the 3 games in 10 days. That Buhler had that consecutive series of going to Ulysses 3 years in a row.
Tigers at 0-8, 0-3 out of the GWAC, and they have lost 16 straight games. They were 1-8 a year ago, losing to Wamego in the opening round of the playoffs. Their last win came back in 2018, and so it's been a while for this team. Their last winning season back in 2019. Their last win was the opening week of the season last year, so it has been a long, tough stretch for these guys.
Well, Ulysses for many years, and when Buhler had all those playoff games, they had the same head coach, Coach Kinney, who was just an impressive football coach. They had insane numbers for years where they had pretty much every boy in the high school out for football. They were a dominant force for many years, but Coach Kinney has passed away, and they've just really kind of fallen on hard times since he left the sidelines there at Ulysses.
Any chance, Matthew, with your sights on McPherson kind of in the back of your mind next week, that this is a little bit of a trap game and you let these guys hang around more than you should?
Maybe had they beat McPherson last week, maybe. I don't think so. I think you're going to see these guys come out and really try to set the tone early on. Lots of times a loss has this unbelievable way of refocusing a team. And that loss last week stung. The last thing they want to do is come out in the playoffs and not show out in front of the home crowd. So I'd be shocked. I mean, I suppose anything's possible. I'd be shocked if that's the case. I expect them to come out and try to set the tone with physicality. And Aaron, you mentioned it in the last segment, but to do that, running the football, I think they're going to run the football with a lot of force early and often.
Aiden Alvarado is Ulysses' junior quarterback. He can throw out of the spread, but he also is very athletic and is the team's leading rusher at almost 900 yards a game. So really the talk in the defensive circle, Christopher, this week was we've got to contain a running quarterback who a lot of plays designed for him to run, but he also scrambles very well.
Yeah, and so what that tells you, when they've got the scrambling quarterback, they have an extra blocker out there. So whether they're lined up in a traditional I or T, they've got the blockers out there, but they've run out of any sort of spread situations. There's the linebacking core really has to spy on him and keep him in front of him. And, but that's where I think really the Black Knight defense, the front four, one of the strengths of having just the 4-man rush, they're usually pretty good at containing the quarterback. But, yeah, it definitely will be a task tonight with Alvarado.
Yeah, 0-8 to 1-8 a year ago. Last winning season, 2019, when they finished 5-4. Their last playoff win was at Abilene in 2018. They've been 60-40 run versus the pass this year. Talked about the quarterback. They're going to throw every formation at you but the kitchen sink. And I really think because this is a team kind of playing with nothing to lose, right? Nobody expects them to win. You could see everything and then some.
Yeah, oh yeah, because and when you get to the playoffs, one of these two teams' season's done tonight. So it's one of those that if there's any trick plays that you've saved all year, you've practiced, the kids have been hounding you. I know every football coach in the country, you practice certain trick plays, and you're like, it's got to be the right situation. Well, you get to the last game.
It's halfback pass times 4.
Yeah,
right?
they start really getting after you like, okay, we practiced it all year long. Can we run it tonight? And so, no, I mean, you're going to see Ulysses, like you said, leave no option unturned tonight when they face us.
Well, they've allowed 20 or more points in all 8 games. They've given up 32 in 7 of 8 and 48 5 times this year. So their defense has really struggled to keep offenses on the sideline, and as a result, they've had a lot of lopsided losses this year. We'll see how things go down there on the field tonight. Matt, you mentioned it, a chance for our team to show out, and this is my favorite night of the year because we bring the freshmen up. Every player on the team, on the roster, is on the sideline tonight, and I think that's just pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. This is super fun. It's fun night. Everything starts over tonight, right? There's so many interesting storylines as you begin the process of that march to the state championship. Super fun night.
And we're studying these freshman numbers up here just in case we need them tonight. So we hope we do.
Well, and it's fun just seeing some of those names because there's a lot of those kids that I don't know how you guys are, but when I look at some of the freshmen suiting up, and I know that they've been on the team, I know they're freshmen, but seeing them for the first time on a varsity roster, I mean, I'll just pick out Fletcher Westfall. That kid was my neighbor, a zillion years ago, and knowing that and I know he's a freshman because he's been the kicker and doing a great job down there, but seeing him on that Buhler roster and knowing that he might play tonight in his first varsity game, you're just excited for every one of those young freshmen for their first varsity game tonight.
Well, the Crusaders 34-24 all-time in the postseason, 15-10 in this opening round, and they'll try and win number 16 tonight against the Ulysses Tigers. More of our Midway Motors drive to the game coming up. A different feel tonight weather-wise. We'll talk about that. And Coach Warner joins us for his pregame thoughts next here on HKFM.
Midway Motors drive to the game. Stay tuned for tonight's kickoff conditions. And Aaron West sits down for a pregame chat with head coach Steve Warner. 95.9 HKFM. The Buhler Crusaders play here.
The quarterback counts on his O-line for protection in the pocket. In Hutchinson, you can count on me, Farm Bureau agent Steve Curtin, to protect your family's blind side no matter what life throws at you. I'm here to handle all your auto, home, life, and business insurance needs. Don't scramble around working with multiple insurance companies. Talk to Farm Bureau agent Steve Curtin today and see how I can help protect what matters most.
Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Western Agricultural Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company.
At People's Bank and Trust, we look forward to helping you through the many stages of life, from your first checking account to your retirement account. We've helped generations of families buy their first home, finance their vehicles, and plan for the future. People's Bank and Trust delivers safe, sound, and reliable banking. Let us put our experience to work for you and your family. If you're looking for more from your bank, we invite you to see the People's Difference. People's Bank and Trust. Relationships matter. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
And welcome back on our Midway Motors drive to the game. Opening round of the 4A playoffs here tonight at Crusader Stadium. The Crusaders and the Tigers. Coach, you and I were kind of talking about this as Coach Warner joins us now for his pregame thoughts. I think 3 years in a row we had to go to Ulysses to open the playoffs.
Yes, the best part about that was eating at Sublette with the Cattleman's Cafe and having all that good food. But know that we had some great games with us. In 13, when we won it, the toughest game we had was the first round of the playoffs against Ulysses. We won 14-7, and then went on to win the state championship. They had a great team. They have a great tradition, and I think we won all 3 of those games. But it was a dogfight.
His name's going to escape me, but they had a running back,
Rudzik.
Who was really, really tough.
Really good. Really good.
Yeah,
yes,
absolutely. You get the Tigers at home. This team tonight, a team that is winless, but you kind of look at a team like this that they have nothing to lose.
Well, that's why they could throw anything at our defense. Trick plays, whatever, and then they have a tremendous quarterback that has great legs. He may not throw the ball as well as what we've seen this year, but he's as fast as any quarterback that we've seen. He's very elusive. He's very quick, so we're going to have to keep him contained.
Yeah, I would think just from their perspective, coaching, hey, we'll go out there and no pressure, right? Nobody expects us to win.
That's exactly what they're going to tell them, and they're going to throw everything at us.
Yeah, you mentioned the quarterback who will throw, who will try and keep plays alive and scramble all over, and so your D-backs not giving up on plays, your linebackers being where they're supposed to be, and just flying around to the ball be real important.
Without a doubt. And that, bringing pressure when we need to. But again, containing him is something we've got to be careful of. And if you bring too much pressure, it'll flush him out. We'd rather keep him in the pocket.
Certainly help your offense getting off to a good start. I feel like for the most part this year, until the last 2 weeks, you've done that. And Rosehill and Mac just getting down early, and then you have to expend so much energy to come back.
What we do, and then I feel like I like what we did last week with throwing the ball. Obviously, I want to run it more and continue to do that. But if we play McPherson again, we're probably going to be back in the same boat throwing the football a lot too. So that's just, number one, take care of the football, not have turnovers, and good things will happen to us. And that's the way it's been all year long. When we had our 4 turnovers in the first half against Rosehill, we did terrible. We throw the ball, have the interception, early in the game against McPherson, and then they score. So we keep those turnovers to a zilch, and I'd be very happy.
Yeah, McPherson obviously goal number 1 was to stop the run, and they did that quite a bit, but they gave up some in their secondary to do it, and so you having that multi-dimensional threat hopefully make you a little tougher to defend.
Well, I think it will. I mean, they've got to prepare for a lot now, because you got to prepare to stop the eye. You got to prepare to stop everything else that we do. So I think that, it's good for us, and Jeffrey's really come around and done a good job, and hadn't thrown near as many interceptions as he did a year ago, and he's seeing the field. The game slowed down for him, so I think he's in great shape, and I think he's done a great job of leading us, and I think he'll continue to do that.
Yeah, he was on our coaches show Monday night, just talked about obviously a senior for him, and that you can't take any of these for granted, because you never know when it's going to be the last one.
Right.
So.
And we obviously don't want that last game to happen. So I know the kids are definitely thinking about that. When your playoffs are here, no matter what it is, you still think about it, because you don't want to be the last time you put on a uniform.
All right, Coach, fun night to be at home, and enjoy the game. Best of luck.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you afterwards. That's Coach Steve Warner on our Midway Motors Drive to the Game. Back with more after this.
The Midway Motors Drive to the Game continues after this. Find exclusive stories highlighting Crusader athletics at adastraradio.com. Bueller Crusader football on 95.9 HKFM.
Hungry? Heston Bakery and Cafe welcomes you for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and everything in between. They have an assortment of sandwiches, salads, soups, baked goods, specialty coffees, and desserts. Open 7 days a week, located in Heston. It's a convenient, comfortable space to meet friends and family. Ask about the catering options, too. Find them online at HestonBakeryandCafe.com to view the menu or order online.
Even when you know the end is near, saying goodbye can be difficult. Hospice and Home Care of Reno County can help your family. Focus on making the time you have left the best it can be, whether it's at home, in a nursing facility, or in the comfortable atmosphere of Hospice House. The hospice staff will help guide you through those difficult decisions. Hospice and Home Care of Reno County, your local not-for-profit agency, serving a 50-mile radius of Hutchinson, a member of Hutchinson Regional Healthcare System.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, back here from Crusader Stadium tonight, we're just moments away from the kickoff on a cool Friday night to finish out October. Our co-captains for both teams meeting at midfield, and let's go down for the opening toss.
Congratulations on being chosen as captains. As captains, we expect you to keep your teams cleaned up, right? If you hear any chippiness or anything, you guys correct it. You're the speaker? Okay. Ulysses, you're our visitor. You're going to call the flip, okay? The blue side is heads. The non-color side is tails. What are you going to call? He said tails, right? Going to let it hit the ground. It is heads. Bueller, it's your choice. You want to defer? I'm sure you want the ball. Which end would you like to kick from? You want to kick to the clock. Put your backs to the clock.
Well, guys, Bueller won the toss. They've deferred to the second half. We're going to kick from the north to the south, which makes sense as game time temperature is about 50 degrees down here on the field, but that breeze blowing from the north towards the south. So Coach Warner electing to kick with the wind. And guys, the wait is finally over. It's time for some playoff football.
All right, love being able to win that opening toss. Christopher, let's talk about some keys to the game.
Well, we talked about all three of these keys in the pregame, but we'll break them down further. Number 3, momentum early. You know, you're facing a team that's 0-8. They played a lot of the WAC schools like Great Bend, Garden City, Dodge City, Liberal, so they played a tough schedule, Chanute. So you got to make sure, don't give them any hope early on. If we're in a dogfight early, then you're going to expect a dogfight all game long. Number 2, containing Alvarado. We talked extensively. He's the guy that really makes things go. Their quarterback, 5'10", 160 pounds. And then number 1, Coach Warner talked about it all week long. They want to get back to Crusader football tonight, running the football. If Buhler can establish the run, this team has shown they're very tough to stop.
All right, tonight's Heartland Wealth Strategy starting lineups located inside Heartland Credit Union at 29th and Main in Hutchinson. Call Monty Cross at 669-0177. It's the Black Knight defense. It'll be on the field first, holding opponents to 15 points a game, under 100 yards rushing, and they forced 17 turnovers this year. Up front, Blake Hageman, Brendan Skripsik, the ends, Cash Carson, Lucas Anderson of the tackles. We saw Cruz Hirschberger get some time at tackle spot last week as well. Nick Gazaway, Braden Gentry, Will Hainan, the backers in the middle. Look for a lot of Jacob Miller in that spot as well. And to the back end, the safeties, Brady Gotti and Jeremy Gentry. The corners, Tavian Gilliam and Mitchell McDaniel. Another Miller, Jared Miller, also with time in the secondary last week as well. Buhler will be in their home black uniforms tonight. Black tops, black pants with the maroon numerals trimmed in white. It'll be black pants, white tops, black numerals trimmed in orange for the Ulysses Tigers. And just like tonight's teams on the field, I Need a Cleaners can help you look like a winner. Expert dry cleaning and professional shirt service, I Need a Cleaners. It's where to take your clothes. So here we go. It is week number 9, the opening round of the 4A playoffs. And a chance to make a run at that 4A state championship game this Saturday after November. Winner of this game tonight will get the winner of McPherson and Mulvane next Friday. They play in McPherson tonight, a 7 o'clock kickoff. The Bullpups at 5-3, and the Wildcats at 3-5. A busy night of football on our Ad Astra Sports Network as well. And we'll be following games all night long at our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard. You can find live streaming and schedules online at adastraradio.com or download our free Ad Astra Radio app, powered by Next Tech Wireless. Shop the latest phones and devices at the best prices. Buhler offensively come in averaging 33.5 points a game, and they have really dominated their opponents, outscoring them by nearly 90 points in the first half this year. And so the last couple of weeks we have not got off to that good start. Be good to turn that around tonight.
Yep. Quick starts usually lead to good finishes. So we'll see if the Black Knight defense can force a quick 3 and out here and get that offense out there going here quickly.
Buhler, of course, lost in the opening round of the playoffs to Arc City a year ago, trying to erase that memory. And beat Ulysses for a 4th straight time tonight. Expect the Tigers, though, to come out after a long road trip and leave it all on the field. Jeffrey Neal is going to kick from the 40 toward the south end zone, an hour earlier than normal for kickoff time tonight. That sun still above the trees.
Yeah, it was funny. Earlier in the year when the sun started going down earlier, we were kind of celebrating the fact we're never going to have to look into the sun at home again this year.
But wait.
Yes, but wait, there's more. But no, we'll gladly take looking into the sun tonight.
Here's Jeff with a line drive kick taken at the 15, returned straight up the middle inside the 25.
Good special teams tackle made there for the Crusaders by Jacob Miller.
And they're going to mark him down near the 28-yard line. We talked about Aiden Alvarado, the Ulysses Tigers junior quarterback, leads the team in rushing at almost 900 yards on the season. They'll run a lot of spread. They'll also give you some 2-back look out of the backfield, kind of almost a pro set look at times. So expect a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of everything. But the kitchen sink out of the Tigers, who are going to go left to right here in this opening drive toward the north end zone. And we're set to go with Crusader football here on KWHK Hutchinson. Here in the West, Matt Atherton, Chris Shank with you. Enjoy the broadcast, everybody, as the Tigers come to the line of scrimmage with Alvarado out of the gun. And 2 wide receivers right, 2 left, and already a flag before the snap.
Going to be encroachment on Buhler. One of the Crusaders lined up in the neutral zone.
So there is...
I think it was Cruz Hirschberger, just a little excited, right?
So there is,
ready to go.
Yeah, some of that amped up energy that you've got to channel into the 4A game. And we'll see if the Tigers can get it going. Buhler, of course, lost in the opening round of the playoffs to Arc City a year ago, trying to erase that memory. a little bit early in the game. So a 5-yard penalty early on the Crusaders, who had just one penalty last week.
Hey, they actually called that a false start.
Oh, they did. That's right.
Fortunate
they moved the ball
for
back.
Bueller.
Wow. Well, because I saw the line judge on the far side give the encroachment signal, and that's all I looked away.
So they move it back to the 23. It'll be 1st and 10 on Ulysses with Alvarado out of the gun. 4 wide receiver set, single back to his left, and he'll be tripped up and dropped for a loss in the backfield back at around the 19-yard line.
Great play made in space there. Cruz Herzberger leading the charge for the Crusaders.
I mentioned Cruz getting a lot of play at that other tackle position up front last week, going smaller. And, boy, try to use speed and athleticism to get to the quarterback.
Yeah, and with these guys running out of the spread, that just opens up those interior run lanes that much more for the D linemen.
It'll be 2nd down and 19 from the left side, far side hash mark. And Alvarado out of the gun has back behind him 2 receivers right and 2 left. So they stay in spread formation on 2nd down and long. Long snap count. They'll hand it off to their big tailback, who hits the line hard but goes nowhere. And that is Carmelo Orozco with the carry, and it's going to be 3rd down and long.
Yeah, great job coming up. Braden Gentry, the middle linebacker, with the stop, as well as a couple of the other D linemen.
Go hard.
Yeah, so somebody got the backfield set as they go trips left. Yeah. 4 wide receivers on the field, 4 to the far side, 1 to the single side. And they're going to keep it on him up in a group of 4 on the far side.
Yeah, and literally just from what Ulysses not even having attempted a pass yet, they literally look like they're just trying to spread
the game.
All right, so set to punt away on 4th down. And boy, Bueller defensively has been so good on 3rd down this year at getting teams off the field. As the Tigers, their quarterback Alvarado will be the punter. He punts it away. It's going to bounce at the 50 and take a Ulysses roll back inside the 40. To the 38-yard line. That's where the senior quarterback, the career mark last week, completing 53% of his passes, should go over 1,000 yards tonight. He'll have Ben Klaus and Braden Gentry in the backfield behind him. Talked in the pregame about what Tavian Gilliam and Quentin Pisano did. We'll see Mitchell McDaniel and others rotate in at that receiver spot tonight. This is Bueller, 1st and 10 from their 38. Going right to left here in the first half, and they're going to pitch it left to Klaus, looking to get off to a good side of the Bueller sideline for a First National Bank first down.
He had enough momentum.
And they'll stay on the ground. The single back set with Klaus running to the right side. They add those 2 wings on the right side as extra blockers. Klaus across the 50 and gets to the Ulysses 48-yard line on first down. Will Hayden wearing extra guys up front. Get that ground game going. Out of the I formation now. It's play action. Jeffrey rolling out to his left, dumps it off to his fullback. Here's Gentry at the 40, 35, 30. Hits a guy, knocks a defender on the corners here on the near side off his feet, and then falls out of bounds at the 20.
Gentry, nice body control there. As you saw, the momentum was maybe going to take him out of bounds, but he was able to get himself back on track and get some extra yards.
Yeah, I was going to mention that. No intention of going out of bounds, looking to lower the boom.
7th catch of the year for Braden Gentry as he's over 50 yards. It'll be 1st and 10, 2 receivers offset eye to the right. Here is the tailback running right, and he busts it free into the end zone, but there is a flag out on the far side near the line of scrimmage. A touchdown run for Braden Gentry running to the right side, found a seam, but a flag came out, and there's a good chance that's coming back.
Yeah, we're waiting for the official signal from the white hat.
When the offense moves backward, that's usually not a good sign.
Yeah, we didn't have enough guys lined up on the line of scrimmage. So what that means is typically either the split end or the tight end, one of them was not lined up on the line. And so that negates the nice, excellent run that Ben Klaus had there.
That'll be just a 5-yard penalty, so it'll be 1st and 15 from the left side hash mark of the 30-yard line. Bueller going right to left. They'll stay in the eye with 2 receivers either side. McDaniel to the near side, Gilliam to the far. Jeff wants to throw, looking for Tavian. One-on-one coverage, and Gilliam with a brilliant catch over the top of the defender. Inside the 10, it's going to be 1st and goal near the 6-yard line.
And Gilliam was matched up over on the far side. Preston Hiddle, one of the sophomore corners, and they don't list their heights on the Ulysses roster, but Gilliam with an incredible height advantage over him, goes up, snags it, holds on, and the Crusaders have a 1st and goal.
Tavian had 5 catches, 136 yards and a touchdown last week, and makes a nice catch here. 1st and goal in the red zone out of that I formation, back to the ground. Here's Klaus. Bounces to the outside, left into the end zone for his 16th rushing touchdown of the season. 7:50 to go in the opening quarter. Touchdown, Crusaders.
Well, we talked about in the pregame that one of the things Buhler wanted to do tonight was reestablish the run, and that's exactly what they do on that possession. 2 pass completions on it, but the lion's share of the yardage coming on the ground, and Klaus just doing such a nice job of attacking the edge, but keeping that outside window open.
A 6-yard touchdown run for Ben Klaus. He'll come on for the PAT, and Jeffrey Neal will boot it through. 7:50 to go here in the opening quarter. Buhler 7, Ulysses nothing. This is the Hutch CC Road to a Championship presented by Next Tech Wireless on HKFM.
Hi, this is James with IdeaTech. We love bringing internet freedom to the residents and businesses of Buhler. IdeaTech is a proud supporter and the preferred internet provider of the Buhler Crusaders. As the Crusaders know, speed wins. We back up our lightning-fast internet with a customer-first philosophy. That means you will talk to a live person from our office in Buhler when you call in. If you're not already a customer, go to ideatech.com and click on Check Availability. Or you can call us at 620-543-5000 to inquire more about our services.
Alan Samuels Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram located on the giant corner of 30th and Lorraine.
And family. We have a great selection of new-to-you vehicles to choose from, as well as an awesome selection in our new car inventory. If you've experienced credit challenges, we have the resources to help you get into the vehicle you deserve. Come see me today. Se habla español. And as Mr. Samuels always says,
come by, let's be friends. Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, a nice mix of run and pass there. 5 plays, 62 yards. 7-0 as Jeff Neal will kick it off. And taken near the 17-yard line and a short return across the 20 near the 23 for the Ulysses Tigers. And Julian Rosales on the return. So you get the ground game going. Klaus gets the touchdown, but nice little short dump off to Gentry, and then the nice pass to Gilliam as well. Good mixture on that first drive.
Yep, and other than a penalty or two, a very clean drive for the Crusaders. And want to compliment Will Haanen with a nice special teams tackle there against Ulysses.
First and 10 Tigers from their own 23 as they'll come to the line of scrimmage. Alvarado will stay in the gun with his tailback on his left hips. 2 receivers right, single receiver to the far side. Actually, 2 receivers to the far side of the formation. Low snap. Alvarado digs it out. He's going to run to the near side and be drugged down from behind across the 25 near the 27 as he gets a short gain, and I believe Miller got him. Was that Miller on the right side?
Yep, Jacob Miller doing a great job making the tackle in space. One of the most productive plays so far this evening for Ulysses, about a 5-yard pickup there.
Got forward to the 28 for 5 yards, second down. For the most part now on their second drive, the ball has stayed in the quarterback's hands. He's not attempted a pass yet, though. 2nd and 5 at the 28. Left to right here from the right hash mark. Buhler up 7-0. 7:04 to go in the opening period with Alvarado out of the gun and Orozco deep behind him. He'll take the snap low again. Alvarado picks it up. The quarterback draw running left. He's got a first down. First time that Ulysses will move the sticks tonight as he showed a little bit of his speed there to the left side and falls forward to the 34-yard line for a first down.
Well, I was really impressed. Alvarado doing a nice job there at the end of the run, just really lowering the shoulders and extending, trying to get those extra yards at the end of the run.
Tigers move the chains for the first time in 2 drives tonight. He'll be at the 34 going toward the north end zone here. Buhler in that 4-3 defense. Everybody within about 10 yards of the line of scrimmage. Not anticipating a ton of passing out of this team tonight. Haven't attempted one yet. 1st and 10. And they'll hand it off to the tailback this time. And falling forward across the 35 up to the 36-yard line is Carmelo Orozco.
He fought out a couple tackles, but then eventually Haanen knocked him to the deck after about a 2-yard pickup.
And Orozco, you say the tailback certainly, but built like a fullback, really, you would certainly think the ability to run behind his pads could be a little bit of a challenge for that front 4.
They're going to go with that 4 receivers look to the far side again. Single receiver to the near side with an empty backfield set. Alvarado out of the gun on 2nd down and 8. Clock running at 6:42 to go in the first. Inside 5 on the play clock as they snap it. Alvarado trying to scramble, and Cash Carson got there first, and then his buddies joined him as they corral Alvarado for a big loss back at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, Cash Carson with a good old-fashioned bear trap tackle, had hands on his feet, and then the rest of the Crusaders came to finish him off. But great job on the quarterback sack, as now Ulysses with a 3rd and long.
Second time we've seen them run that play. Second time they've not had success. This time they lose 6 yards. Back to the 30, trying to spread that defense out. But Tigers' offensive line not able to contain. So it'll be 3rd down and 14. They stay with an empty backfield look. 4 receivers, 2 by 2 to the right side. Single receiver left this time. Here's Alvarado with the snap. He dumps it off over the middle. Orozco out of the backfield has got it and catches it forward to the 40-yard line. Short of a first down, first pass of the night. Gets him up to the 40. It's going to be about 4th and 4.
And I didn't see who it was, but it was tipped at the line of scrimmage, but it was tipped up into the air, and Orozco caught it, but great coverage that time by Jeremy Gentry to finish him off shortly after he made the reception.
Orozco, not a, Matt mentioned it, not a small guy. He's built more like a fullback than a tailback. See if Ulysses goes for it here, or their quarterback is also their punter, so be a quick kick coming here. 4 wide receivers to the far side, single to the near. 4th down, and trying to draw Bueller off sides. Now they call a timeout. So far, Ulysses using every bit of that 25-second play clock on each of their plays, going very deep into the clock and really methodically taking their time.
Well, if you know you're in a game where you're kind of overmatched, you want to shorten the game, and one of the best ways to do that is run the play clock down every time.
Of course, they've attempted just the 1 pass so far here tonight. Crusader football brought to you in part by Farm Bureau agent Steve Curtin, by Heston Bakery and Cafe, by Ideatech, by Dr. Travis Gillespie, and by Inman Funeral Home. Busy night in 4A. Around the league tonight, Circle at Wellington, El Dorado at Wamego, Rose Hill at Winfield. That's an intriguing game. Winfield has been playing much better late in the season. Mulvane at McPherson, Augusta at Coffeyville, Arc City at Abilene, Independence at Andover, Central Clearwater at Clay Center, and Concordia at Collegiate.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the AVCTL from 3A all the way up to 6A does here as the playoffs begin.
All right, it'll be 4th and 4. At the 40-yard line, out of the timeout, Tigers not able to draw Bueller off sides. They'll run the play clock inside 10 again. They are going to run a play here. Quarterback's going to run and gets back to the line of scrimmage. The ball might have come out there at the end. Alvarado, they'll say, held on to it. They'll give him a yard forward to the 41, and it'll be a turnover on downs.
Chase Gentry, one of the leading tacklers there for the Crusaders. So Bueller will get fantastic field position as Ulysses rolls the dice. But like we talked about, playoffs, winner advances, loser goes home. They're going to leave no stone unturned tonight.
For Ulysses, they're playing with house money, right?
Yep.
So there's no reason not to throw the kitchen sink, see if you can't catch Bueller asleep.
Crusaders out of the eye on the 1st and 10. Tight end Goins lines up on the right side. Single receivers either side. It'll be the handoff to the fullback. Gentry busts through across the 35 and up to the 31-yard line. That'll be 10 yards on first down and enough for a First National Bank first down.
Well, the strong safety for Ulysses, Christian Perez, went for a ride that time as he was the last man in front of Gentry before the goal line, and Gentry drug him for about 2 or 3 yards after Perez initiated contact.
Brady Gotti will check out at receiver. Quentin Pisano is in. They're going to stay in the I formation. 2 tight ends set here on 1st and 10 at the 31, going right to left. And it is going to be Klaus bouncing to the outside at the 25, gets to the edge, 20, 15, tight roping the sideline, goes out of bounds inside the 15 at the 14, back in the red zone, a First National Bank first down at the 14-yard line.
Well, Ulysses really rolling the dice, just jamming the box. They had 5 guys on the line of scrimmage that time. Another 5 guys pretty much at the linebacker level and just 1 defender out there to match up with the split out.
Football at the left hash mark of the 14, 3:21 to go in the first. Bueller up 7-0. Jeff out of the gun with Klaus to his right, 2 receivers right. Jeffrey looking to throw that way. Now over the middle of the field, throws right into the middle of the defense and right into the breadbasket of Mitchell McDaniel for a Crusader touchdown. What a throw as he threaded the needle that time and found McDaniel in the back of the end zone.
There was a lot of white personnel between Jeff Neal and McDaniel, but he put the right trajectory on the ball, delivered it over the top, and McDaniel on the route, just kind of a post route, maybe went a little bit longer than they were expecting the route-wise, but a great pitch and catch there from Neal to McDaniel.
You know, it's interesting. Mitchell's not a particularly tall guy, but he's such a good athlete. He can go up and get that ball high in the air.
McDaniel with his first touchdown of the night, and the point after is up and good. It is the 4th receiving touchdown of the year for the junior Mitchell McDaniel. 14-0 Buhler, 3:17 to go, first quarter. This is the Hutch CC Road to a Championship presented by Next Tech Wireless.
Hi, I'm Kristen Gillespie, and when you come see Dr. Travis Gillespie at the Dental Center in Hutch, my husband and our staff will take the time to listen to your concerns and will give you the best options available for you and your family's needs. At the Dental Center in Hutch, we provide high-quality, state-of-the-art dental care in our comfortable and newly renovated office. We enjoy working with all ages of patients, especially the little ones. Don't you agree, girls?
Of course. Happy teeth for you and me. Come see our dad, Dr. Gillespie.
The Anchor Inn and Anchor Away have been serving authentic Mexican food to Hutchinson and surrounding communities for over 35 years. Treat friends and family to the Anchor's legendary dishes in their large banquet room, famous buffet, and relaxed atmosphere. Open Monday through Saturday. For the same great food with the convenience of a drive-thru, visit Anchor Away at B and Adams. Like Anchor Inn and Anchor Away on Facebook for specials. Anchor Inn and Anchor Away, authentically delicious in downtown Hutchinson.
Crusader football on HKFM.
14-0, 3:17 to go in the first. Talk about the confidence of Jeffrey Neal and how much different he looks than he did a year ago. So poised and just very comfortable in the pocket.
Well, and the best word to describe that last play, he was patient. There was all sorts of activity going around in front of him, to the side. He waited till the receiver was open. Once he saw it, threaded the needle and delivered a perfect ball to McDaniel.
All right, Jeff is going to kick it off here from the 40. He'll be taken at the 12-yard line, returned up the middle across the 20, 25, and to near the 28-yard line. The Tigers, a punt and a turnover on downs. So far, just 1 first down on offense, and so far, containing Alvarado so good.
They're doing a great job, and part of it, with Ulysses only attempting 1 pass, it's really allowed the defense to really key on the run game.
That sun finally starting to go behind the west trees here at Crusader Stadium. Far side left hash mark. Tigers from their own 27. And they'll give it on the ground to Orozco, who'll be tripped up immediately and tackled for a loss back to the 26. Loses 2 on first down.
Cruz Hirschberger in on the stop for the Crusaders. He hit Orozco low. Even though Orozco's a big fella, Cruz Hirschberger neutralized that size advantage by going low.
And they're just not blocking Cruz. Play after play after play, Cruz is coming through, just beating the offensive guard. So great job.
Second down and 12 at the 26-yard line. 4 wide receivers bunch to the far side. Empty backfield set with Alvarado. This time the snap high. He's going to take off with it again. Look at the linebackers pursue. Throws at the last second. A nice catch by Orozco up across the 30, but he is surrounded immediately and taken down at the 32. So Alvarado choosing, instead of trying to run it like he's done so much tonight, being pursued in the backfield to get it off. Crusaders doing a nice job, though, of running to the football. It's going to be 3rd down and about 7 here.
Yeah, Will Haanen did a great job of tracking Orozco on that drag route over the middle, and basically was right there as the ball was delivered. Orozco had to kind of turn awkwardly backwards, and but was still able to make the catch.
This time they'll bring the 4 wide receivers to the right side from the 32 on 3rd down at about 7. They'll make the snap, and Orozco being harassed again, Alvarado, and 4 different black helmets pursuing him. He's going to slip and fall back near the 25-yard line, and it's going to be 4th down and about 13.
Yeah, the Turf Monster, as well as Chase Gentry and Nick Gasway, were all right there, and just wasn't much space for Alvarado to work.
You know, even if he keeps his feet, that may be a spot early in the game still where you make a business decision because there's just no place to go. You got the sideline here, and certainly if you reverse field, you're just going to give up more space.
It's good to see Chase Gentry back out there. He'd missed a little bit of time as he been banged up, and really rotating quite a few guys on that defensive line now. So a 4th down, and Tigers will punt away. Alvarado will get it away with the right foot. It'll bounce near the 45 of the Crusaders and roll to the 41. And down to there, it'll be 1st and 10 Bueller, their 3rd drive. What a quick first quarter this has been. Just 34 seconds left.
Yeah, it has flown by. It's been a good, successful first quarter. Bueller has yet to have an empty possession, and hopefully that trend can continue here into the second quarter.
Going to start this drive from their own 41-yard line. A 6-yard touchdown run by Ben Klaus. 14-yard touchdown catch by Mitchell McDaniel so far here in the first half. Out of the I formation, single receivers either side on 1st and 10, and they want to throw with Jeff. One-on-one far side, and wrestling for the football over there is Quentin Pisano, and he's not able to hold on to it as he went up over the defender. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Julian Mraz, one of the corners over there in coverage. The ball may be a little bit high, and so Pisano had to really leave his feet, but pretty good coverage there by Mraz as well.
Pisano wishes he had that 6'5" frame that Gilliam does. He's able so well to go up over those shorter defenders. Quentin almost made a nice catch, though. Here's Klaus keeping it on the ground on 2nd down. Far side, and still on his feet. I thought he was going to be dropped shy of the 50. Somehow he sneaks free and gets into Tiger territory for a First National Bank first down, and out of bounds at the 47. The last 7 of that I didn't think he was going to get, but somehow able to sneak free of a defender and get forward for the first down.
Well, that's what happens as a running back. If you just keep those legs churning, that's exactly what he did, getting that extra yards after contact.
All right, 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Bueller does not have to snap it again in the first. They will with the jet sweep in motion. This is McDaniel, finds some room on the left side. Breaks out of an ankle tackle across the 30. He's got a First National Bank first down at the 25-yard line as the first quarter comes to a close. Bueller with 2 touchdowns in the first and driving when we come back to begin the second. 14-0 here from Bueller tonight, the Allen Samuels broadcast booth. This is the Hutch CC Road to a Championship presented by Next Tech Wireless.
To enjoy a fun event can be difficult after the loss of a loved one. Unanswered questions, feelings of stress and grief are only natural. As the owner and director of Inman Funeral Home, I bring over 25 years of experience bringing comfort and empathy during time of loss. Rely on me to guide you through all aspects of planning a funeral service with compassion, dignity, and respect. I'm Athena Johnson with Inman Funeral Home. Find me at inmanfh.com.
It's true. You see the APAC Kansas Incorporated Shears Division name on big construction equipment on many of the largest highway projects in Kansas. But Shears wants you to know they have smaller equipment for smaller jobs, like your residential driveway, parking lot, or other paving projects, asphalt, or concrete. And the other great thing, they take the same care and pride in your job as they take in every project. For more information and a no-obligation estimate, call APAC Kansas Incorporated Shears Division at 662-2112.
Crusader football on HKFM.
And our coverage tonight brought to you in part by Gust Orthodontics, by Dix Phillips 66, by Braylon Partners, Act 360 Insurance, and by the Bakery House and Catering. 1st and 10, Crusaders deep in their own territory. They give it to Klaus on an inside handoff, and running to the left side across the 20-yard line and down to about the 18.
Yeah, Bueller doing just a great way of just battering away at Ulysses, running right at him, playing physical football. And one of the really good signs tonight, the running back's doing a fantastic job of following those lead blocks.
Yeah, really in there behind a whole host of Crusaders. It was that counter trap, so able to get in there behind the guard and Klaus did a good job being patient.
Second down and 3 after a gain of 7. And a pressure and a sack of the quarterback as Ulysses brought some heat on second down, and Jeffrey Neal is going to be dropped all the way back near the 30. A big loss. First negative play of the night for the Crusaders.
Yeah, Buehler went with a little play action that time, but Ulysses bringing the house as the inside linebacker Joel Gaudarama got through and hits Neal. He really had no chance.
Ends up as a loss of 5 on the sack of the quarterback and brings up third down and 15. They'll stay in the eye. Single receivers either side. Jeff to throw one-on-one near side. Gilliam goes behind the receiver.
There we go.
Can't make the catch as he tried to go back around behind the receiver, but it looks like a defensive pass interference coming from right in the middle of the field.
Yeah, the receiver was just kind of running right up, or excuse me, the defender running right up against Gilliam. Didn't even try to make an attempt to turn around and look at the football. Hence, he got the pass interference call.
That'll be the second penalty tonight called against the Ulysses Tigers. And it'll move the sticks as Buehler's going to have first and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Now, Chris, the interesting thing is the Tiger defender was in good position, but face guarding.
Yes.
And you just can't do it. You got to find the ball. You just can't run through the receiver. If he would have just turned around, I'm not sure that draws the flag.
As it is, it will set up a first and 10 for the Crusaders, and they'll run straight ahead on first down.
A good carry by Klaus there on first down, and you know that pass interference really bailing the Crusaders out to try to avoid having that empty possession. So the beautiful thing here too, Buehler can get a first down, and with they can get a first down still yet.
Got 6 yards straight ahead to the 9-yard line on first down, leading 14-0, 10-13 to go in the second. Left to right here in the red zone. Out of the I formation. They'll stay with Klaus on the ground, trying to bounce his way outside. Breaks out of a tackle, takes a Tiger with him to the goal line, and out of bounds just outside the end zone. Should be first and goal at about the 1-yard line.
Yeah, that time Klaus just doing a great job maintaining his balance. Some good body control as he was getting knocked around over there along the Ulysses sideline, but gets enough for the first down, and so Buehler have first and goal now at the 2.
For no bigger than he is, he's really tough to bring down.
He is, and he does such a good job of keeping his shoulder pads over his feet and really that good body lean.
All right, first and goal here at the 2 at the 10-minute mark in the second quarter. Buehler goes to the A formation. They'll give it to Klaus, left side. The signal, touchdown, is second of the night for the sophomore tailback. Touchdown, Crusaders.
Third possession of the night, third score for the Crusaders. Great job by the offense there, overcoming a little adversity after there was the sack, but they're able to find a way and resuscitate the drive and get 6.
Second touchdown run of the night for Ben Klaus, and the 17th of his sophomore season. As Buehler goes up 3 scores here in the first half. They've scored on all 3 possessions so far tonight. And now they'll come on for the PAT. Jeffrey Neal stays perfect as he knocks it through. It is 21-0, 9:56 to go in the second. The Hutch CC Road to a Championship presented by Next Tech Wireless.
I'm Dr. Jeffrey Gust. My team and I at Gust Orthodontics would like to wish all the athletes the best of luck as they compete this season. If you or a loved one are in need of orthodontic care, please give one of our offices in Hutchinson, Newton, or McPherson a call to set up a complimentary consultation. We will take the time to answer all of your questions and address each of your concerns so you feel confident and excited to begin your orthodontic journey with us at Gust Orthodontics. We always provide beautiful smiles, exceptional care.
Are you done with punching the clock or constant work travel? Do you have 15 or more acres? Find freedom by joining America's #1 free-range egg brand, Happy Egg. Happy Egg is looking for growers to raise happy hens. Happy Egg offers startup and new flock cost support and yield-based compensation. Work from home. Work for yourself. Feed America. Visit happyeggfarms.com today for more information. Happy Egg is a proud supporter of Reno County Athletics.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, 21-0, 9:56 to go here in the first half. Crusaders score on a 7-play, 61-yard touchdown drive and a 2-yard cap. The score by Ben Klaus. And now Jeffrey will kick it from the 40. Low line drive kick. Bounces at the 25. Picked up at the 10. Returns straight ahead. And boy, Bueller's special teams swarming to the football and driving the return man backwards. Forward progress they're going to call right at the 17-yard line.
Yeah, Julian Mraz tried to bounce to the outside and went backwards, which, Matt, you saw it. As a return man, you run backwards, usually bad things happen.
Yeah, it's just very seldom also if you get to one side that you're able to run to the other side until you're up past the first line of defenders. There's just not enough space to do that, and Bueller with too much team speed.
Officially marked forward progress of the 16. Ulysses right to left here in the second quarter. 1st and 10, just one first down so far in the half. 4 receivers to the right side, single receiver left. And that long count again by Alvarado, who's rolling out to his right. Now he's going to tuck and run. And not much there along the far sideline. See where they mark him out of bounds.
Yeah, good job by the Crusader defense in pursuit. He tried to work to the edge. There was defenders all in front of him, and he just gets forced out of bounds. Worked pretty hard there for that 1 yard.
1 yard forward to the 17. 2nd down and 9.
And guys, really the entire first half has been played on the Ulysses side of the field. Whether it's Ulysses' offense or Bueller's offense, really we haven't even swapped to the other side of the field other than the quarter break.
Not a lot of scores to talk about yet tonight, as most games not kicking until 7 o'clock.
I do have one score update over at Canton. Canton Galva leading Colony Crest in 8-man 2 action, 20-8. 4:48 left to go in the first.
2nd and 9. Alvarado back to pass. Now he's being pursued out of the pocket, dangerously close to his own end zone. The ball's tipped and picked off. Miller's got it. Picked off by Jared Miller and returned back inside the 10. There is a flag out on the play.
I think that's going to be a crackback on Bueller.
Did it come after the?
It was after the pick.
After the pick, as a Tiger receiver here in the near side. The Bueller sideline tipped the ball up into the air, and Jared Miller, right place, right time.
Yeah, as an offensive guy, you never want to tip it up, because if you can't make a play on it, you're just creating an opportunity for the defense to get the pick. That's exactly what happened there. Unfortunately, the penalty will take away the nice return that Jared Miller made, but Bueller will still get possession, so good job by Miller breaking on the football.
First INT of the year for Miller, and Bueller will have pretty good field position even with the penalty here with 9:24 to go in the second. They're going to have it from the Ulysses 23-yard line. 1st and 10. And they'll hand it off straight ahead. Klaus running hard. Actually, this is the fullback. The handoff running hard. And forward progress by Gentry up to about the 11-yard line.
Just keep thinking of a Rodney Dangerfield line there. You want to, I mean, he earned that the hard way. Holy cow. I mean, it was, he had contact about 2 yards deep, but then just kept fighting, and got the first down.
Got a First National Bank first down at the 12-yard line. 1st and 10. They'll feed it to him again. Across the 10 to the 9-yard line.
And on the stop for Ulysses.
Gain of 3 that time by the fullback.
It was Powda.
Famous Rodney Dangerfield line. Hey, no respect, right?
Yep.
Nobody respects the fullback. Brady Gentry has been very good this year. High formation, 2nd down, low snap drop. Jeffrey able to pick it up and hands it off to Gentry. A 3rd straight carry by the big guy inside the 5 to the 6-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and a couple.
Well, Jeremy Gentry earning his keep right now as he fought his way down to the 5-yard line. The line to gain is somewhere between the 2 and the 3-yard line. So the Crusaders have a short yardage situation here.
Low snap that time up front to the Crusader front 5. Austin Savoy, Blake Hagan in the tackles. Buddy Redenbach, Keaton Parsons, the guards. Tanner Brown in the middle. Here's Klaus this time on 3rd down and dances his way left into the end zone. Touchdown, Crusaders.
Well, Ben Klaus is so quick. He gets out to the edge, and he has such good vision on those sweeps. He's really tough to defend.
And if you're Klaus, are you not coming back to the huddle going, hey, Gentry, how'd you like all that inside running while I got to waltz it into to the end zone on the edge?
I think he owes him one later tonight, huh?
I agree with you.
All right, Buehler goes up 4 scores. Now they've scored on all 4 drives here in this first half.
An injured Tiger down there.
And gingerly on the far side walking off the field. Crusader football this year brought to you in part by Ray & Sons Roofing, by Alpha Land Surveys, Sunflower Electric, by The Medicine Shop, and by Pro Value Insurance. Injured Tiger able to walk off to the sideline with some help from one of the assistants. Hope he's okay. Jeff's going to get it up and through. He's 4 of 4 in the kicking game. 7:54 to go in the first half. And Buehler now leads it 28-0 from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth. This is the Hutch CC Road to a Championship, presented by Next Tech Wireless.
Prairie Bank of Kansas is a local bank with local concerns. You'll find us in the heart of the community, helping wherever we're needed. We enjoy working with local schools to help promote activities like sports and extracurricular learning. We hope you support these valuable activities too. We'll be right here with you. Visit one of our locations in Stafford, Buehler, Inman, or Hutchinson, or check us out online at prairiebankks.com. Prairie Bank of Kansas, how banking should be.
You already know H&R Block does taxes, but you may not know you can get expert help in person or virtually, and your biggest possible refund is always guaranteed. At H&R Block, help is here. All tax situations are different. Not everyone gets a refund. Limitations apply. See hrblock.com/guarantees.
Are you needing custom apparel for your team or company? Hi, I'm Steve Mertens, and I invite you to choose My Team Gear for all your custom apparel needs. Check out our website at myteamgear.com for more information. My Team Gear, a Factory 233 company, your source for custom apparel.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, back here, 7:54 to go in the second quarter. 4 plays, 23 yards, and a 6-yard Ben Klaus touchdown run. He's got 3 tonight. And Jeff will kick it off, bounces at the 19, picked up at the 15, and returned to the middle of the field and twisted down at about the 24, the return man for the Tigers.
Good special teams tackle there by Quentin Pisano as he came through. One of the other Crusaders nearly hit him for an even bigger lick. It was Haanen, I think, but he was able to squirt past Haanen's tackle.
It was sophomore Edgar Porras on the return that time.
Well, now if you're Buehler, one of the most important things, keeping the intensity level up. It's been all Crusaders so far, so now what Buehler can't do is have a letdown.
Here's Ulysses from their own 23, 1st and 10. Alvarado out of the gun, his tailback behind him. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. And long snap count that they've had all night. Alvarado, his bigger gains of the night, as he picks up 5.
Yeah, Cruz Hirschberger getting this stop for the Crusaders, kind of running him down from behind there. And Matt, I know as the sun goes down traditionally in Kansas, what's the wind doing down there compared to earlier?
It's really kind of calm down here on the field, honestly. I don't think that there's really any effect on the game or anybody's ability to throw.
2nd down and 5. 7:08 to go here in the half. Inside 10 on the play clock. Alvarado takes the snap. Hands it off to Orozco, his big tailback. Hits hard at the 30 and forward progress across the 30 to the 31. So he picks up 3 more. We're looking at 3rd down and about 3 here for the Ulysses Tigers.
Well, and if you're Ulysses, you're licking your chops here because you have 3rd and actual semi-short. So, and they're probably
in 4 down, don't you think?
I was going to say, I think they're probably in 4 down territory for the remainder of this game.
I would agree.
3rd and 3 here as they come out of the huddle. Go with that 4 wide receiver set. Orozco to the left of his quarterback, who takes the snap. Alvarado's going to keep it. He's got a 1st down, and he burns him up the middle at the 50. 40, 30, not going to catch him. 20, 10, 5, no flags. Touchdown Tigers, and that just shows you the ability of Alvarado, the quarterback. Man, when he gets in space, He can fly.
Well, and they're a team, even though they came in 0-8 on the season, they have yet to be shut out this season. And when you got a big play back like Alvarado, anytime he touches the ball, if he gets free, it could be 6 just like there.
3 plays and 76 yards, 6:05 to go here in the third. Or in the second, excuse me. Now they're going to go for 2. Alvarado to the back of the end zone. It is good. A 2-point conversion. Pass in the back of the end zone caught by Julian Mraz. 28-8, our score, 6:05 to go in the second. This is the Hutch CC Road to a Championship presented by Next-Tech Wireless.
With Ag 360 Insurance in Inman. For years, we've been known for our great service with our ag customers. But did you know we can handle your family or small business insurance needs as well? We would love an opportunity to sit down and visit with you about what we can do for you. As an independent agency, we can shop different coverage options for you. Stop by our office on Old K61 in Inman or give Cody Moores or myself a call today at 620-585-2128 or check us out online at ag360insurance.com.
Whether you want a small home remodel or need repairs done or have a brand new build project in mind, Erickson Custom Building is your choice. All of us at Erickson Custom Building would like to thank our customers for 20 years of business and friendship. Brian and the crew at Erickson have spent those years developing excellent customer service and quality leadership for all types of projects, big or small, traditional or trendy. When your project is finished, it will reflect your vision for quality and follow-through that exceeds your expectations, not your budget. Call Erickson Custom Building or find us on the web at ericksoncustombldg.com.
Crusader football on HKFM.
28-8, 6:05 to play after a 69 Aiden Alvarado yard touchdown run. Showed his athleticism and speed on that play. Now the Tigers will kick from their own 40-yard line.
And one thing I'd be halfway prepared for here, them kicking an onside, because like we said, it is no holds barred for Ulysses here in tonight's game.
This is Jesus Roscoe to kick. And there is the onside look. And it is a live football bounced off a Crusader, and then Buter's going to fall on it at about the 42. Heads up play by, I believe, Brady Gotti.
Yeah, it hit Austin Savoy, and he was mad at himself because trying to make a play on it, but then it, luckily for the Crusaders, got kicked backwards. Because if that ball doesn't get kicked backwards, there's a whole, what do you call a pack of a group of Tigers right there around Savoy, but it gave time for Gotti to cover it up, so Buhler dodges a bullet.
So Buhler will have it at their own 42, 1st and 10. They've scored on all 4 drives so far tonight. They'll pitch it out of the eye. Running left is Klaus, trying to get to the edge, beats a guy there, crossed the 45, and then driven out of bounds hard at about the 46-yard line.
Nice job by Klaus, just keeping that play alive over on the far side. One of the blocks kind of went the other way from where Klaus is at, so he didn't have help out there, but fought his way through. And I Googled it myself because there's a name for a group of animals. So here's your $10 question, Aaron and Matt. What is a group of tigers called?
I was going to Google it too. 2nd down and 6. Klaus gained 4. They'll give it to the fullback, running right across the 50, dragging a couple of Tigers with him for a First National Bank first down. How about that as Nick Gazaway getting a chance to run the football and gets it into Tiger territory across the 45 to the 43. Very Braden Gentry-esque on that run by Gazaway.
Well, and Gazaway did such a good job. I don't know if you saw it, Matt. He literally looked the defender. He looked at the defender, made him feel like he was going to go to the outside, and then cut up inside. Great use of the head fake.
Absolutely.
1st and 10, they stay in the eye at the Ulysses 43. A run by Jeff Neal, and another First National Bank first down as they'll mark forward progress down at the 19.
The defender and just kept driving him and driving him and driving him, and really helped to spring Jeff for the big run here along the near sideline.
And to answer your question, a group of Tigers, I believe they call that the bus ride home.
Out of the eye, wanting to throw on first down, one-on-one coverage to the end zone. And the ball is batted incomplete. Looking for, is that McDaniel?
No, I think it's Sharts.
Still waiting for him to come back to the huddle so we can see.
Yeah, it's Caden Sharts.
One-on-one coverage in the end zone, pretty well covered and incomplete.
Yeah, Mraz doing a nice job of covering him up there.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10. They'll go back to the ground. This is Klaus, hits the hole hard. The 15 spins his way to the 10 and just keeps going. The ball came out at the end of the play at the 5-yard line. Ulysses saying they have it. Still waiting for a signal from the officials.
Bueller ball.
Bueller recovers for a 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. And again, Ben Klaus.
Oh, now they're going to give it to Ulysses.
So there was disagreement between the officials. Side guy said it was Bueller ball. Back guy said it was Ulysses ball.
So it'll be a turnover and a fumble on Ben Klaus, who made a nice run. It takes away what was a fantastic run. His 2nd fumble of the year.
So now Ulysses with some momentum here. Now the bad news for the Tigers, they're pinned up against their own goal line. So now the Black Knights, something bad just happened. Let's see if they can make something good happen.
Line of scrimmage is going to be the 7-yard line for Ulysses. 1st and 10. After Bueller's 1st turnover of the night. That is their 13th of the season. Alvarado out of the gun with Orozco behind him, standing in the end zone. They'll give it to the tailback. Forward progress. Back to the line of scrimmage. And then a couple of more. Looks like they're going to spot him up at the 10. So it ends up a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Nice aggressive tackle that time for the Crusaders. Jacob Miller leading the charge for the Black Knights.
Tigers with just 1 score so far in the half. That was the 69-yard run by their quarterback. First drive tonight that Bueller has not scored on, as they had it potential 1st and goal situation, but fumbled it away. 2nd down for Ulysses. Alvarado out of the gun, Orozco behind him. And Orozco, nothing there. Met in the backfield for a loss of 1 at the 9. It'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, he got absolutely submarined by one of the Crusader defenders there.
You know, it was read option, but it's hard to know what to read when there's not one guy on the offensive line that holds the block.
We've got a timeout of the field, 3:15 to go here in the 2nd, 28-8, and Coach Warner electing to call a timeout. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. This is the Hutch CC Road to a Championship, presented by Next Tech Wireless.
A swimming pool?
Are your lights flickering?
Call Schmidt Electric.
That's Schmidt Electric. 620-960-6755. Schmidt Electric will take care of all your electrical needs.
Got Spock?
Crusader football on HKFM.
And our coverage tonight brought to you in part by Idea Tech, by McKinsey Paint and Body, by H&R Block, by Midwest Iron and Metal, and by the Bradbury Company. Coming up at halftime, we'll talk to Carla Smith with Rise Up Reno Prevention Network. Talk about what her students in Reno County, including at Buter High School and Prairie Hills Middle School, have been up to for Red Ribbon Week. And are this week in Crusader sports. Cross-country team headed to State in Wamego tomorrow. 3rd down and 8. Empty backfield set for receivers left for Ulysses. High snap taken, pressure up the middle. Alvarado scrambles, hit at the 5 and brought down for a loss. It'll be 4th down for the Tigers.
Well, Jacob Miller was the Black Knight that finished him off there, but I believe it was Cash Carson that had wrapped him up. He nearly got a safety there, but was able to step out of the end zone. But there was Black Knight pressure all in his face.
There's just nowhere to go. He comes back. There were 2 guys that were untouched through the line. He's such a great athlete, but if you don't have any amount of space, it's just hard to create something out of nothing every play.
Buter takes another timeout here. Our award-winning marching band will perform at halftime as well. So fun for those kids last Saturday in Lawrence at the Kansas Bandmasters Championships. 3rd out of the 21 bands that participated. Interesting stat out of that. Buter was the smallest school at the competition. And out of the top 7, they were the only one of the 7 that was not either from the Olathe or Blue Valley School District. So,
yep, and they
tough stuff.
Yep, got 7th overall going into finals, and then was able to climb all the way up to 3rd in the final stretch. So great trip to Lawrence.
Color guard finished ranked #1 in the state. Pretty cool for those girls.
Absolutely. Just a fun Saturday, fun to celebrate with those guys afterwards. Buhler looking to get the ball back with some time here as Ulysses going to punt from their own end zone on 4th down. Jeremy Gentry returning from the Ulysses 35 inside the 30, sidesteps a defender, another defender, finds some space and down to the 25. Junior doing a little fancy sidestep in there to get him a few extra yards to the 25. It'll be 1st and 10.
So now the Crusaders will get the opportunity to try to get a little redemption. They had the empty possession the last time. Let's see if the Crusaders can punch it in. Still plenty of time. Time really not a factor on this possession.
From the Ulysses 25-yard line, Crusaders 1st and 10. Jeff's going to be out of the gun with Klaus on his left hip. 2 receivers right. Gotti, the single receiver to the near side. Jeffrey looking to throw, pressured, slings it, caught inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. Far side of the field.
Great job by Neal, just staying patient, looking downfield, and once he saw an open receiver, dropping it off.
I believe that was the tight end.
Yeah, Goins did a good job. That throw was a little behind him, able to put on the brakes, square his body up, and reel it in.
So Ty Goins makes his first catch of the night. That is his 9th of the season. Goins came in 8 catches, 111 yards. That's a solid year at tight end. The first national make, 1st down. It'll be 1st and 10. Jeff to throw again. Pump fakes. Now going deep to the back of the end zone. Cash Carson. Are you kidding me?
Touchdown.
Touchdown Crusaders. Falling out of bounds. Makes a brilliant catch in the back of the end zone.
What a snag for Carson. Holy cow.
I don't know that Jeffrey could have put that any closer to the back corner. That was perfectly thrown. Cash did an amazing job getting that foot down.
Cash Carson at 5'7", thought he was 6'5" there for a minute as he made a fantastic catch in the back of the end zone.
Man, I tell you, that kid's such a fun player to watch. He brings so much energy on defense, but showing he can get it done on the offensive side as well with that touchdown reception.
First touchdown of the year for Carson on a 13-yard reception. And Jeff will boot the extra point through. Still 2:13 to go in the half. Now 35-8 Crusaders from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth. This is the Hutch CC Road to a Championship presented by Next Tech Wireless.
Come visit us at Buhler Dental Care. Our friendly and experienced staff is here to help give you the best care around. From regular fillings, cleanings, dental implants, or even if we have to, extractions, we can provide the treatments you need. We are always accepting new patients, so be sure to call us at 620-543-2768 to schedule your next appointment or email online at drdalds@gmail.com. Buhler Dental Care, providing healthy smiles with a gentle touch.
Unlock a world of beauty at Anima Bella, Hutchinson's luxury salon, spa, and boutique. New clients can enjoy 20% off. Call, go online, or visit our social media to book your appointment today. Anima Bella Salon, Spa, and Boutique. Beautiful soul, beautiful you.
Do you need custom shirts, hoodies, polos, or other apparel printed? Whether it's for your sports team, business, or church, 37 Print Co. in Hutch has you covered. Hi, I'm Amanda. Check out our work on Facebook, 37 Print Co. We print shirts.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, Matt, you mentioned a well-thrown ball, a great catch, and then I love the celebration with the teammates right after. So cool.
They were excited to see him do it. That was just a really fun play and happened right down in front of us as that kickoff is going to go out of bounds.
Out of bounds, shy of the 20-yard line. Tigers will get it back here with 2:13 to go before halftime.
They're going to get great field position as the penalty will move the ball out to the 35-yard line.
I think if other than the touchdown run, that's as good a field position as Ulysses has had all night.
Yep.
Is it not?
Yes. Yep. Because Buhler's done a pretty good job of kicking the ball deep and keeping them pinned up along their own goal line. But now with 2:13 left to go, Alvarado has shown that he's a guy that if he gets loose, he can score. So see if the Crusader Black Knight defense can get out of this half, holding them to just 8.
First and
no
10.
big plays.
First and 10 for Ulysses. Alvarado out of the shotgun. Orozco another 5 yards behind him. Wanting to throw, now scrambling to his right, being pressured. Let's go. And the throw is batted down and incomplete on the far side at about the Buter 40-yard line.
Great play in the secondary made for the Crusaders. Having a hard time getting the number on that car over on the far side.
I believe it's Brady Gotti.
But yeah, Gotti doing a great job just extending the hand at the 11th hour to bat the pass that was intended for Julian Mraz, because Mraz had Gotti beat slightly, but Gotti uses his speed and quickness to bat it away.
A thing to mention, I would imagine they'll run it here to try to milk the clock a little bit just to get out, but the incomplete pass stops the clock. Bueller doesn't have to burn timeout to stop it if they had any intention of trying to get the ball back and scoring again.
Second down and 10. Alvarado, as we go inside 15 of the play clock, 2:02 to go in the half, is going to keep it on the ground. And a big collision ball pops out at the end. And that should be Crusader ball as they even the turnover margin. Alvarado ran into a couple of defenders there on this Bueller sideline. Fell backwards, ball came out, and I believe Tavian Gilliam recovered.
Yeah, I did not see who it was that had the finishing stroke there, but he was coming right down the line of scrimmage. A couple of Crusaders had him stood up, and then the ball just jarred loose by that big smack.
Yeah, interesting. I had a pretty good look at it. I'd love to see it on tape. I sure thought he was down by the time the ball squirted out, but a huge pop and a shot for the kill shot right here at the end of the first half.
So Bueller will get it back from the Ulysses 36, 1st and 10, leading 35-8. Jeffrey Neal's going to keep it on the ground of the option. Doing it again, left, right, left, scrambling around, finds a hole in the middle of the field, across the 20, and gets up to about the 22-yard line. Jeffrey Neal.
Quarterback draw called that time, and he was really working off the block of Bodie Redenbaugh. And it was funny because the defender Bodie was supposed to block kept on just retreating, so Jeffrey kept on trying to read it and eventually found the seam.
Got 14 to the 22, now throws it to the end zone. It is caught in bounds.
There's a flag.
Crusader touchdown, but a flag out at the line of scrimmage. I mean, wiggles left, right, gets 14 yards. Holding on the Crusaders is going to be the call.
So unfortunately, the touchdown pitch and catch there for Neal is going to get wiped off by the hold.
Was another perfect throw, though. Jeffrey put it right on him. Jeffrey just came over and gave coach the, hey, let's run that play again. So I'll be interested to see if they try it again right here.
Yeah, they're getting single coverage, just one high safety over the top.
Backwards to the 33, they want to throw again. And Paisano splits two defenders, touchdown! A nice catch, falling into the end zone, right past two defenders, and Quentin Paisano with a Crusader touchdown.
Just a straight go route that time. Paisano just beat the defender downfield, showed a little gymnastic move at the end as he caught it and barrel rolled into the end zone for 6.
Paisano was lined up in the slot. It really looked like almost like a tight end seam route. Even though he doesn't usually line up in tight like that, I don't remember seeing him run that exact route. Jeffrey put it right on his hands.
Well, a week ago, Quentin, he had a nice night. 9 catches, 128 yards. Now his second touchdown here of the year on a 33-yard catch. Extra point good again. Still 1:10 to play in the half. Bueller 42, Ulysses 8. The Hutch CC road to a championship. Presented by Next Tech Wireless.
Tonight's coverage of
Love your phone but tired of your current provider? Bring your device to Next Tech Wireless and experience. Have questions? Call or text our local customer care team at 877-621-2600. Next Tech Wireless. Home on the range.
Your home is
is typically the biggest purchase you'll make. Find the right homeowner's insurance to protect your investment. Rex Redinger at the Redinger Agency has over 40 years of experience helping people in Hutchinson and across central Kansas find the policy that best fits their needs. As an independent agent, Rex works with many companies like Progressive, Travelers, and Safeco to get you the best rates, and if needed, settle your claims quickly. Online at RedingerAgency.com or stop by Redinger Agency at 1801 North Plum Street in Hutchinson.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, a big first half for the offense, up 40-8. As Jeffrey kicks it, it's going to be picked up at the goal line by the return man for the Tigers, and returned across the 5 to right around the 7-yard line. Ben Klaus with 3 touchdown runs, touchdown catches by Mitchell McDaniel, Cash Carson, and now Quentin Paisano here in this first half.
Yeah, it's been a great night offensively for the Crusaders. Really the only blemish, just the one fumble that the Crusaders lost. But the beautiful thing about it, Matt, we talked about it, Buhler able to establish the run, but yet also being able to be efficient in the passing game.
Yeah, and a part of that just comes from the continued development we've seen out of Jeffrey. Jeffrey's putting these passes, guys, into all night, into tight spaces, and he's putting them on the money. It's not like he's just throwing a bunch of jump balls and Buehler's going and doing the work. Jeffrey's putting it on his receiver's hands.
And that's going to help us out so much going forward in the playoffs, having that diverse offense.
Hayden Alvarado, the junior quarterback, 5'10", 160. Out of the gun, empty backfield set from his own 7, 1st and 10. Hit as he throws, one-on-one coverage down the Ulysses sideline, overthrown. The Buhler defender was actually closer to the ball. That is McDaniel in coverage near midfield, incomplete on the far side.
Yeah, pass was intended to Nicholas Martinez, the junior receiver, but you mentioned McDaniel using that top-end speed as he had a better play on the ball than the intended target.
And a little bit of contact there, but Mitchell making, to that point earlier, Chris, Mitchell making a play on the ball there.
Well, it could be an interesting week next week. Certainly we'll see what happens with Mulvane and McPherson tonight. Buhler goes on to win in the second half. It could be Buhler Mac for soccer on Tuesday, Buhler Mac for football on Friday. 2nd down and 10 here. They stay with the empty backfield set. 57 seconds to go in the first half, and some movement along the line. And that might go against the Crusaders.
Yeah, Lucas Anderson was in a 4-point stance and got drawn into the neutral zone. So Ulysses will get back 5 yards there on the penalty yardage.
3rd penalty of the night on the Crusaders. And that'll move the ball forward 5 yards to the 12.
57 seconds left here to go before the break.
It'll be 2nd down and 5. Four receivers right, 1 left. Alvarado back in the pocket now, steps up. He's going to take off with it, tripped up near the 10-yard line.
Herculean effort there by Cash Carson. He rushed past, then Alvarado got upfield past him, but Carson then ran him down from behind. What great effort there by the junior two-tech.
Officially loss of a yard back to the 11. It'll be 3rd down and 6. And unless they throw, this is likely the last play of the half. There's about a second difference between the play clock and the game clock. And so Tigers will have to run one more play here to get us to halftime. 3rd down and 6. And put Orozco back behind Alvarado again out of that shotgun. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right.
You have a penalty.
They don't get the snap off in time.
Yep, delay a game will be called on Ulysses, or a false start, I can't tell.
The clock
It would be a snap infraction, I think.
The clock ran to 0 as well. Technically, I think there should be 1 second left.
I think they're going to decline it.
All right, they're going to call it halftime with a score of 42-8. Buhler scoring on every drive in the first half but 1 tonight. The only blemish, that fumble by Ben Klaus, but he's also got 3 touchdowns as well. Jeff
Klaus fumble down inside the red zone. But other than that, fantastic first half.
Guys, I'm here with Coach. Coach, a dominant first half of football.
Other domination. They had one play. We knew number 7, the quarterback, was super fast, and we've contained him very well. The play that Cash just made there a little bit ago where he rushed from the outside, changed directions, came back and caught him is absolutely amazing for Cash. The catch that Cash made was unbelievable, one of the best catches I've seen. That was just unreal. I'm happy with the way Jeffrey's thrown the ball and the way our offensive line's dominated. It's been a fun half.
You know, as we were talking about it, Jeffrey's not just throwing jump balls and those guys are getting them. He's putting the ball into tight spaces. Talk a little bit about how he's continuing to develop and how that gives you guys confidence moving forward.
Well, I think really what got him is when we did trade quarterbacks, I think he just did some soul searching and he practices hard always, but he knew how important it was to be able to lead the team, being able to throw it. We work on the passing game all the time, but if we can run it, we do. And he's just worked hard on it. He spends a lot of time. He spends time after practice on his own with the receivers, and then you get to know him better. I'm just very proud of his work ethic.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach. Great first half football. Good luck in the second.
All right, 42-8 here at halftime at Crusader Stadium tonight. Our coverage brought to you in part by GTK Self-Storage, by Hutch Rec, by Rod's Tire and Service, by First National Bank, and by Kropf Lumber. Part of our Hutch CC Road to a Championship, presented by Next Tech Wireless here in week 1 of the 4A West playoffs, and our Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report begins next on HKFM.
Tonight's coverage of Crusader football continues next with the Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report. Coming up, Aaron and Chris recap tonight's first half, and we'll catch up with other coaches and athletes in This Week in Crusader Sports. 95.9 HKFM.
This is Annette with Annette KF Insurance. Inflation is hitting us hard, so it's a good time to review the cost and coverage of your auto and homeowners insurance. As an independent agent, I represent Goodville Mutual and several other fine companies. Stop by Annette Epp Insurance in Hutchinson at 2500 North Main, Suite E, or call 620-662-4900.
This is Kathy from Midwest Iron inviting you to help the environment and put a little cash in your pocket by bringing us your recyclable metals to 700 South Main and Hatch. Give us a call at 620-662-0551. Midwest Iron, recycling for tomorrow's environment.
At Adams Brown, our clients are the center of everything we do. Hi, this is Brett Henry. We're proud to have been named to the Inside Public Accountants Top 200 Firms for our 5th consecutive year. Adams Brown, Strategic Allies and CPAs, above and beyond.
Neufeld Flooring, proud supporter of Bueller High School activities. We are your experts for all your floor covering needs. Please make an appointment to visit us at 110 West 2nd, downtown Bueller, or give us a call at 620-543-2274. Go Crusaders!
A lot has changed in the past 60-plus years, but Dick's Phillips 66 has been there through it all to keep you on the road. Hi, this is Janet Dick, inviting you to stop by our locally owned station on East 4th and Hutch. Every journey begins with a stop at Dick's Phillips 66, 4th and Stevens in Hutch.
And back here at halftime at Crusader Stadium tonight, talking with Carla Smith with Rise Up Reno Prevention Network to talk about the positive work our students are doing in Reno County schools, including at Bueller High School and Prairie Hills Middle School. Carla, thanks for some time. How are you?
Doing good.
Happy Halloween.
Yeah, happy cold Halloween.
Yeah. Speaking of kiddos, we're just talking about yours have been busy, and in your schools you got just great groups of kids.
We do, yeah.
Trying to make a difference.
Yes, and they're doing a great job. This month has been Red Ribbon Week, which is like the 23rd through the 30th, a big week. But we have so many people to see that it lasts for 2 or 3 weeks sometimes. So our high school kids have been going out to see younger students and doing activities with them to remind them what Red Ribbon Week is. Do you know what that is?
I feel like I should.
I feel like you should. Red Ribbon Week is drug-free kids. Just, reminding kids to stay drug-free and live their best life. And so I think this year the theme is, gosh, I should have looked this up. Something about being kind to your brain.
Okay. So. It's like the old scrambled egg?
Kind of, but
commercial.
A little different approach. Instead of saying, oh, terrible things are going to happen to you if you do bad stuff, they try to say great things are going to happen to you if you do good stuff. So let's swing this to the positive side.
Spin.
Right.
Yeah.
One of the activities that some of the kids have been doing this week was I'd rather eat bugs than do drugs. And they've been making like dirt and worms, bugs, like things to eat with pudding. Yeah.
Is there a third option?
I'm not sure. But they seem to really like pudding and worms, so I guess it's okay. I think they've been having a good time.
Pretty neat to see our young people, wanting to take that step and be a positive influence in an environment sometimes where there's a lot of pressure on them to maybe do some things that aren't healthy for them.
Yeah, that is right. Yeah, we see groups of kids that really struggle when they get in with a group that's having a hard time making good decisions, when they're just doing something that they shouldn't be. Vaping's been a big topic lately. And when you get into a group like that, not only is vaping possibly addictive, but, that kind of group that you're with, those people are addictive. And that's not always the best place for kids to be. So it's important to know who their friends are and encourage them to hang out with people that are positive influence.
And boy, if you'd like to be part of that positive message, whether you're a teen or an adult, there are opportunities for you to do that.
Right. Yeah. I think one of our favorite things is mentoring and getting these high school kids out there. Not just Hutch, but several of the schools have been doing that. To spend time with younger kids is really awesome. But we have lots of room for adults to get out there and spend time with younger kids too. So if you're ready to sign up to do that, you can reach us at riseupreno.org or give us a call anytime. We'd be happy to get you set up.
Sounds good. riseupreno.org.
You got it.
Help spread that positive message and help our students make good choices. So,
you bet.
Carla, thank you as always.
Thank you.
Again, that's riseupreno.org. Always looking for more teenagers to become involved and help spread that message to stay drug and alcohol free, to make positive decisions. riseupreno.org, whether you're a teen or an adult looking to get involved. Carla Smith with Rise Up Reno Prevention Network with us here at halftime from Crusader Stadium. More of our Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report are this week in Crusader Sports after this.
More of the Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report is coming up after this. Prairie Bank of Kansas, your locally owned full-service bank since 1886. 95.9 HKFM. The Bueller Crusaders play here.
Hi, this is DJ of the DJ Kaufman Agency in Hutchinson. Since 1992, I've worked to find the best insurance coverage for people just like you. We can work with many top insurance companies. That gives us the flexibility to search and find competitive rates and comprehensive coverage. Interested in finding your customized policy? Come see us at 15 East 30th in Hutchinson. Easier yet, call or click today. The DJ Kaufman Agency at 669-0410 or djkaufmaninsurance.com, where you'll find uncommon options with practical, proactive service.
Rise and shine. It's daylight time and time to go to your happy place. Fall is such a beautiful time of year with spectacular colors and flavors. Come in and enjoy a pine cone, bear claw, or cinnamon roll. Or how about one of our seasonal favorites like pumpkin spice, apple spice, or red velvet? And let's not forget about the crispy apple fritters. All your fall flavors are here now at your Hutchinson Daylight Donuts. 1435 East 30th and 305 North Main in Hutchinson.
This message brought to you by your friends at Red Rock Auto Center in South Hutchinson. Our community reflects who we are. Maybe you've thought about volunteering, serving on a board, becoming a mentor, or even running for public office. Make today the day you have a bigger impact on the community around you. For all your service needs, you can find Red Rock Auto Center at 200 North Main Street in South Hutchinson, or visit us at redrockautocenter.com. Red Rock Auto Center. We're here when you need us.
And we continue here at halftime from Crusader Stadium with a look at our This Week in Crusader Sports. The Bueller Marching Band competed last Saturday at the Kansas Bandmasters Association Open Class Marching Championship in Lawrence. After scoring 7th among 21 bands in the prelims, the Crusaders placed 3rd overall in the finals and won the Caption Award for Best Color Guard. Bueller Soccer won a 1-0 decision last night over Wichita Classical in the regional final. An Amos Harder header in the 62nd minute was the game's only goal. It's the 8th regional championship for the Crusaders, who now advanced to the state quarterfinals and will host rival McPherson next Tuesday at Crusader Stadium. Buhler Volleyball concluded its season last Saturday, falling to Andale in the sub-state semifinals 25-18, 25-14. The Buhler cross-country teams, after sweeping regionals, travel to Wamego tomorrow to compete at 4A State at Wamego Country Club. The boys race at 10 a.m. and the girls at 11:45. The Buhler boys are ranked number 1 and searching for a 5th state title since 2018. They finished runner-up a year ago. The girls have been ranked solidly in the top 3 all season as well, giving the Crusaders the chance at a 4A sweep. A win tonight for Buhler football would guarantee the Crusaders at least one more home date next Friday. That would take place against either McPherson or Mulvane. And a reminder, we're just over a month away from the start of the basketball season. Buhler opens at home against Nickerson on Friday, December 1st. We'll have coverage from Jim Baker Fieldhouse at 5:40. Join Coach Steve Warner and myself next Monday night for the Crusader Coaches Show. We'll wrap up tonight's game against Ulysses and look ahead. We'll talk Crusader football at 6:30 Monday night from Taco John's in Hutchinson. More of our Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report after this on HKFM.
Hi, this is Jen Stallman with the Buhler Booster Club. The Booster Club supports student activities and athletics at Buhler High School. Be sure to follow the Crusader Closet and Booster Club on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for events and new Crusader apparel arrivals. The Crusader Closet is open at most home athletic events. If you would like to be a member, please reach out to us on our Facebook page. Thank you for the continued support from our generous donors.
Hi, it's Aaron West, voice of the Crusaders. Ad Astra Radio is a proud Buhler Booster Club member.
Rod's Tire and Service. Rod here from Rod's Tire and Service in Hillsboro. When people ask me what business I'm in, I say the problem-solving business. Since 1999, we've been here to help solve all your tire and wheel problems.
1947. It was the year the McKenzie Paint and Body Shop opened for business. That's over 70 years they've been serving the mid-Kansas area with quality workmanship, excellent refinishing, paint, and restoration. McKenzie Paint and Body Shop specializes in foreign and domestic vehicles. Insurance claims are welcome and 24-hour towing and recovery service is available. At McKenzie Paint and Body Shop, they take the dents out of accidents. Just over the bridge at 45 Kansas Avenue in South Hutchinson.
The name Johnson Sheet Metal does not sound like a heating and air conditioning company, but Johnson Sheet Metal has been taking care of your comfort needs for over 100 years. Hi, this is Sarah Johnson, and through 4 generations, my family has specialized in the Lennox brand, but we service other makes and models as well. Today, we are still servicing and installing heating and air conditioning systems in Hutchinson and Reno County. Give Johnson Sheet Metal a call today at 620-662-0224.
Fantastic performance by our award-winning Crusader marching band, and able to hold on in the second half. Say hold on. Pretty much dominant first half of football. We'll be at home, and a chance for us to have another home game next Friday night. But boy, really, other than the fumble, I guess you could throw in the big play by Alvarado, but I give him some credit. He's a real good athlete. Really, the fumble, kind of just that one blemish of the first half.
Yeah, and you could hear Coach Warner talking about it when he talked to Matt before he went to the locker room. You know, pleased with the energy and the effort of the boys tonight, and you know, that's what you need. You don't want to get into the playoffs and kind of stumble around. You want to come in, be clicking on all cylinders, and that's exactly what the Crusaders looked like in that first half.
How much do you play? Do you play your starters first series of the second half, and that's it? Are we thinking?
I do, because you think about it, these guys are going to have to play after halftime in every game remaining. So yeah, it's always a debate, but we'll see.
See, I'm the other way, because if you get somebody hurt in this, you'd just be sick to your stomach. My guess is also we'll have a running clock probably the entire second half, so that instead of, you know, a lot of football, I think this is going to move along pretty quickly.
All right, and then you get some of those young guys And in particular, those freshmen, they've never had this many sets of eyeballs.
For the postseason. It's something that didn't happen when I was a kid back here in the day, but it's a neat tradition, and it's something that really helps. And Matt, you know, because you've got a freshman son, you know, this gives him a chance to taste what it's like going to practice with the varsity guys and seeing what an extended season looks like.
Well, I know for the kids that I know that I've talked to about it, they were all pretty excited just to come out of the big football helmet at the north end. But of course, they would learn. This is running according to script.
Mentioned our soccer team. They'll be at home in person last year, here at home, looking for some redemption. And
should be interesting for the Crusaders and a chance, like you said, for some redemption against the team that ended their season a year ago.
Second half, about 2.5 minutes away here. Crusader football brought to you in part by Jackson Meat. My Hutchinson kid in football right here is he shares some first half numbers with us.
Okay, total yards so far, Buhler 32 plays, 292. Ulysses 24 plays for 101. Buhler has 1 turnover. Ulysses has 2. On the ground, Buhler 21 rushes for 188. That's 9 yards per carry, led by Ben Klaus, 12 carries, 97 yards. 3 touchdowns already in the first half for Ben. 1 fumble as well. Ulysses rushing 17 carries for 85 yards. Aiden Alvarado, the quarterback, 11 for 80. That includes the 69-yard touchdown run for the only points Ulysses has so far. Through the air, Aiden Alvarado for Ulysses, just 2 for 5, 15 yards, 1 pick. Both of the completions were to number 31, Carmelo Orozco. And for Buhler, Jeffrey Neal continues his hot streak through the air. 6 for 6 in the first half. 118 yards, 3 touchdowns. 6 different receivers caught passes. Quentin Pisano, Braden Gentry, Mitchell McDaniel, Cash Carson, Ty Goins, Tavian Gilliam all had 1 reception. Quentin Pisano, Mitchell McDaniel, and Cash Carson all scored on theirs. Third downs, 3 for 3 for Buhler. Ulysses 1 for 5, 0 for 1 on fourth downs. And defensively, Will Hainan already has 6 tackles, wearing number 51 tonight. And then Jared Miller with an interception, Braden Gentry with the forced fumble, and Chase Gentry with a fumble recovery. All right, Aaron, I got that in.
All right, good job, man. Thank you. We'll talk to you after the game.
Thank you.
42-8 as we get ready to begin half number 2 here from Crusader Stadium on a crisp October night, final Friday night of football in the month of October. And Peter will have the ball here to start half number 2. 3 touchdown runs by Ben Klaus in the first half, 3 touchdown passes from Jeff Neal. And it's a short kick, trying that onside look again for the Ulysses Tigers. And I think they're going to make them re-kick it. So we'll tee it up and try it again. So that's a 5-yard penalty as
for a kick that went above the head on the first bounce. It's a new rule.
Well, they don't make that easy, do they?
No, I think they're trying to, avoid it. Used to be you would send guys running hard and just try to hammer the first guys and let your second guys through, get the ball. That's a player safety rule.
Third penalty tonight on the Ulysses Tigers. They'll have to move back and kick it from the 35. And they're going to try that onside again. And, it's close. Buhler falls on it at the 48, Matthew, but that's a little closer than I would like to see.
Well, what's funny is they'd misplayed the last 2, and then they made a change over there. They moved Gotti over there, and then the ball, I think, went right off of his chest plate. So here's the thing. That onside kick is problematic for a reason, especially as it gets colder. That thing's coming in pretty hot, taking screwy bounces off the turf.
It was recovered by Jacob Anderson. So third quarter, 11:56 here to go. Buhler's going to have it from the Ulysses 49-yard line. Inside handoff, 1st and 10. And forward progress across the 45. They'll mark him right down at the 45-yard line on that first carry.
It's a good carry by Gentry. Gentry just running that little inside trap play and able to get good positive yardage, keeps Buhler on schedule, 2nd and 6.
All right, we'll see here whether which philosophy wins. Do you keep him in for the third? Or do you pull him after this series? High formation on 2nd down and 4. And Klaus, following his blockers, breaks through a Jersey tackle up the field across the 30, inside the 25. Great job of blocking out in front of Ben Klaus as he gets down to the 23 of First National Bank. First down for the Crusaders.
I feel like it's a thing we've talked about all year long. Klaus does such a good job staying behind his pads. So seldomly does he get tackled by the first guy. That run, no different as he gets to the outside, able to bounce it back out and then back inside of the safety.
Buhler near the red zone, out of the eye. Fullback's going to get the number called again, and Gentry will get across the 20 and up to the 19-yard line. Christopher, as he picks up 4 more right there on that play, and Buhler's back in the red zone.
Yeah, good to see Buhler coming out clicking here to start this third quarter. You know, it's a little bit cold out there. He had a dominant first half. Good to see the Crusaders not be stagnant coming out here to open the third.
2nd down and 5. Right hash mark going left to right in this third, leading 42-8. 10:37 to go. They'll stay in the eye. They'll give it to Klaus. He's got a first down at the 10 and spins his way inside the 5. Takes a tackler with him. Another great example, 1st and goal at the 10 of a forward momentum. And Ben Klaus, one of those guys just always moving forward.
And he always gets those extra yards after contact because he does such a good job of staying low and being able to feel when he's about to get stood up.
I think our sideline guys have spent about 99% of the night on the north end of the field.
Yeah, the first quarter on the south end. Everything else has been up here, that's for sure.
All right, 1st and goal, Crusaders at the 2. And they'll go with the A formation on 1st and 10.
Untouched.
Untouched into the end zone, as Matt said. Ben Klaus with his 4th touchdown of the night.
Good to see the Crusaders just come out and methodically march it down the field. Nothing fancy on that drive, but the Crusaders continue to extend the lead with that run by Klaus. And always, guys, a thing of beauty when your tailback, or any back for that matter, gets in the end zone untouched.
I need more syllables in Crusaders so I can do what Mitch Holthus does when he says, touchdown, Kansas. He pumps his fist back and forth. Here's the PAT, set up at the 10, hold is good, and the kick is good.
That was not a great snap and a great job getting the hold down.
Carter Jones.
Yeah, Carter Jones saved the point.
All right, 49-8, 10:07 to go in the third. This is the Hutch CC Road to a Championship presented by Next Tech Wireless.
Momentum in a game, and one deductible is a game changer when it comes to your insurance. That's why you should see me, Steve Curtin, your Farm Bureau agent here in Hutchinson. I can help bundle your car and home together in a single policy. So if life sends a blitz in the form of a storm or a fire, you'll pay just one deductible for everything that's covered. Talk to Farm Bureau agent Steve Curtin today and see how I can help protect what matters most.
Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Western Agricultural Insurance Company.
We're making more than just sweets at the Bakery House and Catering Company. Boxed lunches for local businesses, full-service catering for banquets and weddings, and freezer meals for family dinner. Come see us at the Bakery House, just 1 block east of 30th and Plum in Hutchinson.
If you're getting ready to buy or sell land, start a building project, or have a property line in question, call Alpha Land Surveys. With over 30 years of experience, you can trust Alpha Land Surveys. Call 728-0012 or go to alphalandsurveys.com.
Crusader football on HKFM.
49-8, a few scores starting to pop in our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard. McLean Mulvane after one, 14-0. Plainville upon Trinity Catholic 6-zip in the first half, and in the second, Sterling leading Ellis 16-6. And ball goes through the legs of far side Tiger. Short kick by Jeff at the 30. Literally went through the legs.
I think Buehler's going to receive it. Yep.
And Buehler is going to come up with it has a miscue on special teams by the Tigers. Went right through his legs on that short kick, and Buehler's able to surround and get onto the football.
Yeah, the Tiger, it was Julian Rosales. He was a senior who actually is one of the starting free safeties, so a guy that's got some good hands. Ball kind of bounced to him and then dropped at his feet. Tried to bend over to pick it up, and by the time he bent over to pick it up, there was a whole mash of Crusaders around him, and so Buehler will get their second possession of the third quarter.
That is the third turnover tonight on Ulysses. Buehler's going to have it 1st and 10 at the Ulysses 30-yard line. Starters are still in for the moment out of the I formation. And Gentry with a handoff. Not much there on the first down, one of the shorter gains of the night. Coach Warner, I think, sensing the lopsidedness of this game, starting to get a little more conservative with his play calls.
Well, you have to. I mean, as a head coach, there's kind of the, you guys are more baseball guys than I am, but there's kind of those unwritten rules of football that when you're up 49-8, you stop throwing the football. Any trick play is off the table as well, so it's going to be probably ground and pound for the duration.
Gain of 4. They'll go to Klaus on the ground on 2nd down and 6. And running to the right side.
It does raise an interesting question at a spot here where you're on the 23-yard line. You need 3 yards for a first down. If Buehler doesn't get the first down here, you're up a ton. You probably aren't going to kick a long field goal here. Chris, you're too close to punt. What would you do in this?
You go. I mean, you're in 4-down territory, and kind of about the only time that it's kind of socially acceptable to throw the football is just if you need to, down and distance-wise. But what a first down run there by Klaus.
On a 3rd down and 3, Ben Klaus out of the I running left has the first down up to the 17-yard line. Another First National Bank first down in the red zone. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Crusaders.
Okay, I was going to say we talked about it earlier. A group of Tigers.
Is
the bus ride home.
An ambush or a streak.
Okay. Out of the I formation, 1st and 10. Gentry up the middle, breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2 tackles, takes another. Ball comes out at the end. I think the Crusaders fell on it inside the 5. At the 3-yard line, it's going to be 1st and goal.
I think it was Hageman that got on top of it. I'm here to tell you, Gentry wants a touchdown.
Yeah,
he is begging, give me the ball.
Well, I think with that earlier series where they just kind of rammed him away over and over and over again, I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't get the carry right here trying to get him to pay dirt.
Well, they go with the jumbo package, that A formation. It is the big guy who gets the call and rams his way into the end zone. His first score of the night, second score of the second half, touchdown Crusaders.
That will push this above 45 points necessary for a running clock, guys.
And I think that's part of the calculus. It's interesting when I walk through the coaching box that's located directly to the north of us, I could hear Coach Zion and some of the staff talking about defensively, where do we start subbing first? And the play or the discussion was being made that with how fast Alvarado is keeping some of the DBs first string longer just to defend against him breaking a big run.
And Jeff Neal, it hits off the upright on the far side and doinks off, no good. First miscue in the kicking game tonight as Jeffrey Neal banged it off the left side upright, and it skidded off, no good. 8:16 to go in the third. 55-8 Crusaders, part of the Hutch CC Road to a Championship, presented by Next Tech Wireless.
Water's Edge Restaurant and Catering has your cravings covered morning, noon, and Thursday nights. In Heston, open Tuesday through Sunday. Join them for an all-day breakfast, classic comfort food favorites, or daily lunch specials featuring a wide and unique variety. Thursday nights come in for theme nights like the famous fried chicken, waffles, burgers, Mexican or Italian, and ask about catering options. Find them online at watersedgeheston.com for menu and catering options.
Hey guys, how's practice going?
Papa, I can't hit the ball over the fence yet.
Well, Easton, that fence is 300 feet away and you're only 4 years old.
How long before we can hit the ball over the fence?
Boys, it's not always about home runs, it's about teamwork and always getting better. Ray Riffing's been around for 83 years and we still believe in teamwork and working hard.
So Papa, it's gonna take 83 more years until we're good?
No, Brogan, you'll be good long before that. Just keep working hard. Most of all, have fun.
Riff the right way, the Ray way.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Now Bueller to kick off, 8:16 to go in the third. And this one is going to be picked up inside the 10. Return near side, 15-20, and then hit hard at the 25-yard line. That'll jar some teeth loose.
They're going to need to see Dr. Dal Hunt there at Bueller Dental Care. It was Haanen with the big shot there at the end of the play.
Christian Perez on the return.
Yeah, Jacob Miller had him wrapped up, and then Haanen finished him off.
That happened right over in front of me, and on a cold night, and my old self, I'm just telling you, that hurt to watch.
Left side hash mark of the 26. 1st and 10 for Ulysses, down 55-8. Long trip out here from far western Kansas. Alvarado's got the lone touchdown run of the night for the Tigers. And trying up the middle.
Good job teaming up there on the tackle. That was Blake Hageman as well as Jacob Miller.
Short gain of 2 to the 28-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 8 from there. Well, you get to Dodge City, you think, well, I've got to almost beat a Ulysses, but it's a little ways past there.
Yep, just got to take the Cimarron cutoff down there and start heading your way towards Wagon Bed Springs. True place.
There's Alvarado out of the gun. Been through there a few times. And a handoff. Orozco, his first carry of the second half. Forward progress to the 30-yard line. It'll be 3rd down from there. I used to have an aunt and uncle that lived in Springfield, Colorado.
Oh, yes.
And it's a lovely place.
Yeah. I was actually staying at the All States Motel in Springfield, Colorado the night of the O.J. Simpson chase. Remember watching that on the bad Sylvania TV there.
Probably not any cable television.
No, it was probably off the old rabbit ears. But no, talked about Ulysses. We were getting corrected by some of our Southwest Kansas.
Don't say Ulysses.
Yes.
That's an Eastern Kansas thing.
No.
Yeah. 3rd down and 5 for the Tigers here. They go with an empty backfield set, 4 receivers to the right side. And looked like our linebacker on the near side might have.
Yeah, they drew Chase Gentry across the line.
Actually, Chase lined up there at defensive end. I've noticed Coach Cole switching some defensive things up last week, more so than he has in the past, maybe really spreading his line out wide and trying to get an advantage to get to the quarterback.
Yeah, and it gives just you look right here, they've got 5 down linemen and Gentry way off the edge. Tough block for a big big offensive end.
Alvarado is going to get rolled up in the backfield for a loss back to the 31-yard line.
Nice job there coming in to make the stop. Braden Gentry getting it done on the defensive side there for the Crusaders.
I think we touched on it last week, but I really noticed that it was Cash Carson. He was lining up way wide last week trying to get that advantage.
Well, you know, each technique spot has a number, so your 2 techs are inside, and if you're at that 9.
A wide 9.
Wide 9.
4:52 to go in the third. It is 2nd down and 14 here. Empty backfield again. 4 receivers right, 1 left. Alvarado takes that long snap count. Pressure off the edges. Chasing him to the right side, outside, overthrows the receiver on the Ulysses sideline and out of bounds, incomplete.
Yeah, and they just had the running back, Orozco, just set up right at the line of scrimmage, waiting for the pass. They released the other 3 receivers downfield, but Alvarado had no time to set his feet as he was being pursued heavily there by a couple Black Knights.
So that'll bring up 3rd down and 14 as the clock runs inside 4 minutes to go here in the third. 55-8 Crusaders looking for win number 7 on the season. And potential rematch with McPherson next Friday night. 5 wide receivers. They spread the 4 on the far side out a little bit more this time. As Alvarado will scramble to his right, throws right at the original line of scrimmage, and the receiver paid for catching the football as he was surrounded and gang tackled at about the 36.
Tough thing about those throws too, when they have 15 yards to get the first down, you throw it right at the original line of scrimmage. I mean, not a lot of a chance for an offensive player to make a move, as Bueller doing a great job pursuing in the flats.
Gain of just 4. It'll be 4th down and 10 from the 36 far side of the field. We'll see if Ulysses, they will go into punt formation. Bueller not sending anybody back deep now. Gentry is going to go back deep. Standing at about his own 35-yard line. And a kick is going to bounce at the 40 and roll out of bounds the other side of the 30-yard line.
Well, guys, I think that it is probably JV offense time here.
Yep, I'm seeing a lot of new numbers heading out on the field, so we'll try to make sure we call these young men's names and numbers as they get some action here. And one thing still at stake for the Crusaders this year, the most points that Ulysses has given up this year was 57 last week in their loss at Liberal. They gave up 56 the week prior to Great Bend, and then 55 to Hugoton. Oh, no, excuse me. I missed the Hugoton or Holcomb game. They gave up 61. So if the Crusaders score another touchdown, they'll put the most points up on Ulysses that anybody has all year long.
It'll be Bueller 1st and 10 from their own 27. And a lot of the second string guys will be in at this point. Out of the I formation and the snap and the handoff. And a nice run on 1st down. A flag comes out at the end of it. Up the Jones with a good burst there up the middle on 1st down.
Yeah, good run by Carter. Got in behind the blockers and let that develop.
So the guys checking in, Mason Hurl bringing the play in, as well as Caden Schartz.
There's 4 penalties now tonight on Ulysses. And that'll move the ball all the way to midfield.
Signal call out there is Eli White.
So all the way to the 49 of the Tigers. It'll be 1st and 10. They'll stay in the I with White under center. 1 receiver right, 1 left. And back to the ground game in Jones. And stopped for no gain, and here comes another flag. That flag came from all the way back in the secondary.
And pretty late.
And with where it was thrown, I don't think it's a hold.
I wonder if there was some extracurricular activities.
Another face mask penalty. Second straight play that the Ulysses has been nailed for a face mask. And that pushes the ball deeper into Tiger territory across the 35 to the 34.
Carson Roberts bringing the play in now for the Crusaders.
It'll be 1st and 10, Bueller. Out of the I formation, up 55-8, 26 seconds to go in the quarter. Eli White under center. And hands it off, tailback running right. This is Carter Jones. Forward progress to the 34. Not the first White to take snaps at quarterback for the Crusaders. So that'll be the final play of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, of course, we had the opportunity to call his older brother, Ethan White, having a successful career under center, getting the Crusaders all the way to the state title.
Well, that'll bring us to the start of the 4th. 12 minutes to go in the football game. 55-8 our score here from Crusader Stadium. Bueller up, part of the Hutch CC Road to a Championship, presented by Next Tech Wireless.
Hi, this is James with IdeaTech. We love bringing internet freedom to the residents and businesses of Bueller. IdeaTech is a proud supporter and the preferred internet provider of the Bueller Crusaders. As the Crusaders know, speed wins. We back up our lightning-fast internet with a customer-first philosophy. That means you will talk to a live person from our office in Bueller when you call in. If you're not already a customer, go to ideatech.com and click on Check Availability. Or you can call us at 620-543-5000 to inquire more about our services.
Sunflower Electric Supply in Hutchinson has been a family-owned and operated business since 1950 and a fourth-generation company. In today's world, that's unheard of. Keep your dollars in your community and choose us over the national chains. We have a large selection of Milwaukee, Klein, and Greenlee hand and power tools in stock. Our knowledgeable staff has years of electrical experience, unlike what you'll find at the big stores, someone just filling in from the lawn and garden department. Visit us in Hutchinson, Great Bend, or Liberal today.
Crusader football on HKFM.
2nd and 7 out of the eye. They'll keep it on the ground with Carter Jones. Gets forward to the 31. Back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. It'll be 3rd down. Talking about Ethan White, of course, able to lead his team to the state title game in 2016. But before that, touched the ball for the final play of the state championship win in 2013.
And if I remember correctly, it was right at the very end of the game, had a chance to
right
score.
Down near the goal line, yeah.
Yep.
I think Coach made him kneel.
Yes, I think we had a kneel. It's kind of one of those deals. The freshman could have got a score in the state title game, but to get to play in 2 state title games is something very few people get the opportunity to do so.
All right, 3rd down. They're going to roll the quarterback out. This is Eli White to the left. He's got the First National Bank. 1st down, getting to the outside of the Bueller sideline. And where do they chase him out? Inside the 20.
Yeah, they're going to mark him down, I think, around the 16, 17-yard line. So a good hard run. And the quarterback keeper around the left end for Eli White keeps the sticks alive for Bueller.
And one of the officials fumbled the football at the end there. Down to the 16 of First National Bank. 1st down. It'll be 1st and 10 Crusaders. From the left hash mark, right to left, out of the eye. White under center, single receivers either side. They'll take the snap. This is the fullback with the inside handoff.
Luke Kearns.
Luke Kearns, a sophomore, 5'11", 170. And he'll get forward progress down to the 8.
Good run on 1st down for the sophomore.
I'm sorry, down to the 13. Gain of 3.
Couple more plays being brought in. Riley Varan, one of the split ends, checking in. Some other guys out there right now. I know Shane Schrader's out there for the Crusaders on the O-line.
2nd down and 8 from the 12. And they're going to pitch it right with Jones. And Carter looks like he lost a yard, maybe to the 9.
Yeah, kind of ran into a wall of white jerseys over there.
Sorry, back to the line of scrimmage at the 13, no gain.
A couple other guys bring, oh, go ahead.
No, you're fine, bud.
Gonna say Charles Hendricks checking in.
Carson Roberts also into the game now. There's a 3rd down and 8. Far side hash mark, they stay out of the eye. Fullback gets the carry, handoff up the middle, busting inside the 5 and into the end zone. Yes! Touchdown, Crusaders!
Got to double check who the fullback was that time, if it was still Luke Kearns or not. Still waiting to see.
And guys, this is the freshman squad coming in to take care of this extra point.
I believe that it was Kearns. Fairly certain that was Luke Kearns on the touchdown run.
It was.
How about that? First touchdown as a Crusader. And the extra point is good. 9:12 to play in the game. JV offense getting it done.
Yes, and Fletcher Westfall, the freshman kicker.
That's the freshman offense that came in to do the point after.
62-8 Crusaders lead here from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Hi, I'm Kristen Gillespie, and when you come see Dr. Travis Gillespie at the Dental Center in Hutch, my husband and our staff will take the time to listen to your concerns and will give you the best options available for you and your family's needs. At the Dental Center in Hutch, we provide high-quality, state-of-the-art dental care in our comfortable and newly renovated office. We enjoy working with all ages of patients, especially the little ones. Don't you agree, girls?
Of course. Happy teeth for you and me. Come see our dad, Dr. Gillespie.
Welcome to the Hutch Medicine Shop.
The medicine shop carries thousands of prescriptions and over-the-counter medications, but we also feature homemade goods that are grown and made right here in Central Kansas. We call it Home Sweet Hutch. It's just one way the medicine shop can give back to our community. Jellies, pickles, beets, salsa, homemade candy, peanut brittle, and coffee are among the goodies available. Home Sweet Hutch, another way the Hutch Medicine Shop keeps it local.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, 62-8. How about this stat, guys? Of all the touchdown drives tonight, 8 plays, 73 yards. The JV offense has the longest drive of the night.
That's pretty impressive. Well, and with that score, Bueller's now scored the most points against Ulysses of anyone all season long.
And Tigers trying a little trickeration as they had 2 return man back around the 10. One picked it up, flipped it to the other.
Flags
Nothing
out.
doing is
I
stopped
think
at
it's
the
going
15.
to be Bueller ball, guys.
The ball came out.
Bueller ball.
And here's Jeff Neal, the kicker, all the way down the field near where the tackle was made to signal, hey, we got the ball.
Yeah, Gazaway, I think, was the leading tackler for the Crusaders, and some other guys came in then and stripped it out. So the flag coming out late. That's about the only thing that could keep the ball in Ulysses' hands.
And, guys, they're putting the freshman offense back into play.
Officials are still huddled up at the 15-yard line where that flag came out at the end of the run.
Clock stops with an even 9 minutes remaining in this contest.
Officials taking a long time to determine what the right call is here. So unnecessary roughness. They call the penalty against Bueller. They'll take the fumble away, and the Tigers will have the ball.
That was a fun 1990s football movie, but or I guess that was necessary roughness, but a tough penalty for Bueller as it gives it back to Ulysses.
5th penalty tonight on the Crusaders. It'll move the ball to the Tiger 30. They'll have it 1st and 10 there with 9 minutes on the clock. And a lot of subs in now defensively as well.
Yep, Jaden Deester, one of the high safeties for Bueller.
Carson Roberts is the corner on this near side. 8:43 to go in the game. Running back to the left of Alvarado in the gun. He's going to run right, being pursued to the edge. And tries to push off a defender, but ends up out of bounds after a gain of only a couple.
Yeah, nice looking stiff arm there for Alvarado. Over there helping to run him out of bounds, Griffin Holmes for the Crusaders. Other guys out there as well. Caden Smith.
And Caden Emmerich.
Also Caden Emmerich, yep.
It's going to be 2nd and 8 after a gain of 2.
McCade Zachary out there as well.
There's Aiden Alvarado out of the gun. Roscoe behind him is going to get the handoff. He's a big guy running left. Brought down short of the 1st down across the 35 and up at the 37-yard line.
I think Dylan Skripsik is the safety on the far side now.
Okay. Also seeing Caden Anderson out there. Or Jacob Anderson, excuse me.
3rd down at about 3 for the Tigers at the 47. 7 minutes, 14 seconds left. 62-8 Crusaders. Shotgun, 2 receivers right, 2 left. And the quarterback will keep it. Here's Alvarado, breaks a tackle, ball comes out, 1st down, but the ball comes loose, and I think Bueller's got it.
Yep, Bueller football.
Ball came out at the end of the run. There is an injured Tiger down near where the fumble happened. Is that the quarterback?
Yep, it was Alvarado.
Alvarado injured at the end of that play, fumbled it away. It'll be the 4th turnover of the night on the Ulysses Tigers.
So the freshman offense will take the field. See Case Muller out there as well as Lane Burkhart. Didn't see who recovered the fumble, Matt. Did you catch that?
I couldn't tell from where I am.
Peter ball with 6:15 left here in the fourth. From their own 39. High formation. And they'll pitch it and hand it off here to the left side. Short gain is, I believe, Asher Zachary's taken over at quarterback for the Crusaders.
I think that was Dylan Skripsik maybe with the carry.
Yep.
Forward progress to the 39-yard line, so no gain, second down and 10.
No gain on the play, tackle made by number 1, Roman Romero.
Clock running at 5:40 to go. They'll stay in the I formation. And back to the ground with the tailback Skripsik running right, squirts free across the 45 and right at the first down stick at the 49-yard line. See where they mark it at, whether they'll move the chains or not. They will.
First down Crusaders, Jackson Rumbaugh out there as well as Kingston Reyes.
First National Bank, first down for the freshman.
Grayson Briner bringing the play in from the sideline for Buhler. And always fun to call some of these guys names for the first time. You know, here in a few years, we'll be talking about these guys a lot more.
First and 10, we'll go under 5 minutes to go. Buhler leading 62-8. They'll put a receiver in motion and hand it off. They stay on the ground with the tailback. Forward progress to the 50.
Skripsik on the carry there for Buhler. Clock continuing to melt away.
Gain of a yard, second down and 9. Crusader football brought to you in part by Erickson Custom Building, by Anibella Salon Spa Boutique, by Reniger Agency, by Midway Motors, and by American Family Agent Sheila Metzger. Here's the fullback on second down, and forward progress up to about the 48. So picks up about a yard.
Should be Jack Spratt.
So kind of a crazy thing, guys, as this game's winding down, a bunch of the other games across the Ad Astra Sports Network are now just hitting halftime. So I want to give you a Buhler Dental Care scoreboard update. McPherson leading Mulvane at the half, 28-0.
Third down and 7. They stay in the I. Tailback handoff, no gain there for Skripsik. And that'll bring up fourth down.
So it'll be interesting to see if Coach Warner punts here or if keeps the offense out there one more time to try to pick up the first. Guy checking in for Buhler as well as Asher McConaughey.
Looks like they're going to go for it, huh? Keep the clock moving.
Yep.
So they line up in the I on fourth down and 7. More like fourth down and 8. And they'll take the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. Throws it. Ooh, just incomplete. Just off the hands.
Jackson Pratt.
Jackson Pratt, the fullback, almost had that incomplete. It'll be a turnover on downs.
The clock does not stop on the change of possession here, so it'll be interesting to see how aggressive Ulysses gets here, is trying to get a second score, or if they are content to bring in some of their younger guys. Looks like they are not subbing down.
Tigers from their own 48. Well, Aiden Alvarado was banged up a little bit on that last play. He is still in there. Fumbled the football on his last touch. He'll have it first and 10 with 2:22 to go. Out of the shotgun. Orozco deep behind him will get the handoff. And a big bulldozer bowling his way forward for a first down. And gets across the 40 and up to about the 38-yard line. He is I mean, compared to some of those freshmen that are out there now, he's a big dude.
He is a man. They have him listed as 195, and he looks like he's even bigger than that.
Forward progress up to the 39. It'll be first and 10. Here's Alvarado scrambling to the right side. And gets across the 30, the 25, tight ropes the sideline, and slung out of bounds inside the 5. It's going to be first and goal, Ulysses at the 3-yard line.
Be under 90 seconds to play by the time Ulysses snaps this.
You know, this freshman team, a lot of the other teams in our league don't have freshman teams, and so they've played a lot of different JV squads this year and done very well against them.
Yeah, they have yet to lose.
Ulysses calling a timeout here with 1:15 to go in the half. They've got it 1st and goal when we come back from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Even trying to enjoy a fun event can be difficult after the loss of a loved one. Unanswered questions, feelings of stress and grief are only natural. As the owner and director of Inman Funeral Home, I bring over 25 years of experience bringing comfort and empathy during time of loss. Rely on me to guide you through all aspects of planning a funeral service with compassion, dignity, and respect. I'm Athena Johnson with Inman Funeral Home. Find me at inmanfh.com.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Back here, Ulysses with a 1st and goal. I talked about those impressive wins for the freshman team. One of them against Andale's JV, which I think is that says quite a bit about them.
Yes. You beat Andale at Tiddlywinks, it's a big deal. Although their incredible size might not come to advantage in that.
1st and goal here at the 3. 3 receivers to the right side. This is Orozco who gets the snap and finds his way into the end zone for a Tiger touchdown.
Actually count as a touchdown pass there for Alvarado as he took the direct snap, shotgun snap, then tossed it forward to Orozco who crossed his face. So that's one way to get a cheap passing touchdown.
2nd score of the night for Ulysses. They score in 3 plays, 52 yards. Now they're going to go for 2, and that is good. So they've converted on 2 two-point conversions tonight. 1:07 remaining in the game. 62-16. Buhler leads, part of the Hutch CC Road to a Championship presented by Next Tech Wireless.
Coverage of Crusader.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jeffrey Gust. My team and I at Gust Orthodontics would like to wish all the athletes the best of luck as they compete this season. If you or a loved one are in need of orthodontic care, please give one of our offices in Hutchinson, Newton, or McPherson a call to set up a complimentary consultation. We will take the time to answer all of your questions and address each of your concerns so you feel confident and excited to begin your orthodontic journey with us at Gust Orthodontics. We always provide beautiful smiles, exceptional care.
When it comes to protecting your family, having ease of mind that your personal property and belongings are properly insured are priceless. Hi, this is Jody Elliott Bowen with Pro Value Insurance. Our team is here to ensure all your personal insurance needs are met for home, auto, life, and everything in between. Call us today at 800-362-2104 and let us help you find the right coverage that matches your needs. Pro Value Insurance is proud to offer several insurance companies, including Nationwide.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, Ulysses to try the onsides again, and they're saying they've got the football. Hit off a Crusader at about the 47.
Yeah, I think Austin Savoy got it.
Buhler ball.
It's going to be Buhler football.
And we got a Buhler Dental Care scoreboard update out of Kansas City that I think will make lots of people happy. At the half, St. James Academy leading Bishop Miege 14-0. That again at the half.
And we'll have a few more scores to bring to you in our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard coming up after the game as we had the early start tonight. Buhler from the 47. This will be the final play of the game. High formation. Crusaders are going to win it in dominating fashion as they'll hand it off. Forward progress to the 50, and that should do it. Buhler scores on all but 2 of its drives tonight. A huge first half that saw them lead 42-8. They just continued the dominance in the second half. JV put together a nice 8-play, 73-yard touchdown drive in that second half. And 62-16 is the final. The Crusaders improve their mark to 7-2 on the year, and they will host either McPherson or Mulvane here at Crusader Stadium next Friday night. The Ulysses Tigers will finish their season at 0-9 and extend their losing streak now to 17 games. So Buhler wins here in this opening round 4A West game. They're now 35-24 all-time in the postseason and 16-10 in the first round. And some team with an M in their name is coming to Buhler next Friday night. I know Mac had a 2-touchdown lead in the first half over Mulvane. We'll try and update you on that score coming up and wrap up our game as well. Buhler wins it tonight, 62-17. Headed to the second round next Friday night. And we're headed to the Crusader Locker Room Show. That begins next year. On the Allen Samuels broadcast booth, part of the Hutch CC Road to a Championship, presented by Next Tech Wireless.
Coverage of Crusader football continues next with the Crusader Locker Room Show. On the way, Aaron and Chris recap tonight's game, and we'll hear the post-game thoughts of head coach Steve Warner. Your home for the Buhler Crusaders is 95.9 HKFM.
Prairie Bank of Kansas is a local bank with local concerns. You'll find us in the heart of the community, helping wherever we're needed. We enjoy working with local school right here with you. Visit one of our locations in Stafford, Buhler, Inman, or Hutchinson, or check us out online at prairiebankks.com. Prairie Bank of Kansas, how banking should be.
Get the key. Self-storage now open. South Hutchinson. Hassle-free 24/7. AC, RV, and boats, and lockers, and units, and secure video surveillance. And now online at gtkss.com.
Why shop for meat anywhere else when you can shop locally at Jackson Meat? Quality meats, reasonable prices, and exceptional customer service. Save with our weekly specials and meat bundle packages.
Experience the difference at Jackson Meat.
This is Darren Eddy with Ag 360 Insurance in Inman. For years, we've been known for our great service with our ag customers. But did you know we can handle your family or small business insurance needs as well? We would love an opportunity to sit down and visit with you about what we can do for you. As an independent agency, we can shop different coverage options for you. Stop by our office on Old K61 in Inman or give Cody Moores or myself a call today at 620-585-2128 or check us out online at ag360insurance.com.
Hutch Rec is your community recreation provider. We're passionate in bringing healthy living opportunities through our youth and adult sports, wellness and fitness classes, and several of our community events and races. We're also your community spirit provider, offering endless recreational opportunities at Dillon Nature Center, Senior Center at Elmdale Park, the Sports Arena, plus Hutch Rec downtown. See all of the community spirit and healthy living opportunities Hutch Rec provides your community at hutchrec.com and on our Hutch Rec Facebook page.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, our coverage all season long brought to you in part by Prairie Star Health Center, by Andrew Epp, Allstate Insurance Agent, by I Need a Cleaners, by Service Plus Electrical, and by U.S. Cellular. It was a dominating performance by the Buhler Crusaders tonight as they score on every drive but two, including a JV touchdown run in the second half. Big runs tonight by Ben Klaus, some great throws by Jeff Neal, and an all-around just a dominant performance, Christopher. Good start to finish. Good win for the Crusaders, and get ready for a big test, whether it's McPherson or Mulvane. Going to have to be ready for either of those next week.
Yep, because everybody that you face in the playoffs backs against the wall, because, you know, half the players on the field are going to be going home at the conclusion of the game to get ready for the winter sports. So, yeah, there's no gimmies from here on out. Yeah, the first round, you know, Buhler played their way to have a great seed and get to play a team that had a rough season. But going forward, you know, whether it's Mulvane or whether it's McPherson, those are two teams that both are very talented, and Buhler will have to bring it to advance to the sectional round.
Yeah, from here on out, boy, the mistakes will really be magnified, won't they? Turnovers, penalties, big plays, things that you really try to limit in a game. Starting next week, any one of those things could be the difference in moving on or having your season come to an end.
Yep. But I tell you, the thing I'm really impressed with tonight with the Crusaders, just the fact that they came out, didn't mess around, didn't play flat. When you're playing a team that's 0-for on the season, sometimes you got to bring your own juice. And the Crusaders, I felt like really, from start to finish, kept the intensity up. Because there's been those games this year where we had the big lead in the first half, and then things kind of maybe, you kind of laid an egg to start the third quarter. There was no doubt this evening.
Yeah, the guys, I think it really started up front, right? A lot of just domination up front. The offensive line was very good, other than a couple of penalties and a couple things I'm sure they'll clean up. I thought those guys blocked well, and after not running the ball particularly well against McPherson, to come out and be so dominant up front and then to let that set up the passing game, I thought it was really good all around.
3 touchdown runs in the first half by Ben Klaus. Touchdown catches in the first half by Mitchell McDaniel, Cash Carson, and Quentin Paisano. Klaus had another touchdown run in the second half. Braden Gentry had a run, and then the final touchdown run of the night belonged to Luke Kearns. I don't know about you, just a couple of highlight plays. We didn't talk about our excellent play of the game during the game, but kind of got caught up in that Cash Carson touchdown in this on the north end in the back corner of the end zone. It was a great throw put where only Cash could catch it, and then a great diving catch out of bounds by the little guy.
Yeah, it was a fantastic throw, fantastic catch. And for his first touchdown reception of his career, pretty cool way to get it done.
I think it's an interesting thing in that it highlights just how athletic those guys on the edge are for Buhler, because it's not just Tavian or just Mitchell or just Quentin or, it's Cash. And I think there are a lot of teams where a guy like Cash would be a number 1 or number 2 option. Here, I think it just speaks to the incredible depth on the edges Buhler has, because they can throw the ball around to a lot of different guys and trust that those guys are going to go up on that play in the back corner of the end zone and make a play on it. It was incredible.
Absolutely. Our Happy Egg Company excellent play of the game. Happy Egg. Visit happyeggfarms.com to learn how you can help feed America. I kind of touch on that he's not the biggest guy out there a lot, because he's not, but boy, he sure makes up for that in his heart and his intensity. He's just fantastic. So fun to watch.
Yeah, there's the old saying, it's not the size of the dog and the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight and the dog, and Cash Carson embodies that wholeheartedly.
We got to see that a lot, Aaron. You'll remember last spring during baseball season. Baseball is obviously a way different game, but as a young guy coming in as a sophomore, as a starter and an everyday player who just came in and grinded through at bats, he's just kind of that mentality, and it's fun to see that translate on the football field.
All right, give me a second here. We'll get Coach connected. We'll get his thoughts after a big Crusader win tonight. We'll get our player of the game coming up as well. Coach, I think I've got you. You with us?
I'm there.
All right. First of all, Coach, congratulations on a big win tonight. Great game on both sides of the ball. Your offense dominates early. Your defense made some big plays. And a great way to build some momentum here to start the postseason.
Well, I agree 100%. I thought it was a lot of fun. The kids played hard, and they didn't look past them. They were definitely ready to go, and Jeffrey threw the ball well again. We gave up one sack. That was a little disappointing. It was on a blown blocking assignment, but we'll get that fixed. And we need a big week because we know what's coming up next week.
It's the old offensive lineman in him. He found the one blown blocking assignment. And no, I kid. But, yeah, absolutely. Whether you get McPherson or Mulvane next week, every round of the playoffs from here on out could be mistakes, little differences that mean going on or going home.
Without a doubt. And we need to be the ones that make those plays. We don't want to give up plays. We want to make plays. And I told the kids from the beginning of the year, we've got the makings to have a great team, and I really feel like we're becoming a very, very good team right now. And, the second half of the McPherson game, we showed that we can do a lot of things there too, and offensively, defensively, special teams. And obviously we worked on extra point team, and Jeffrey did much better tonight. Got the ball up in the air like he needs to, and so we're improving and very pleased where we are right now.
Threw the ball very well again tonight. Several of your guys had really nice catches. Great thrown ball to the back of the end zone to Mitchell McDaniel on a touchdown. And then that catch in the corner of the end zone on the north side by Cash Carson was pretty fun to watch, too.
That was an amazing catch by Cash. And the throw to Mitchell was a beautiful throw by Jeffrey because he had to throw it over top of somebody. He dropped it to, like he tells me he's dropping dimes today, so he definitely dropped a dime. I like to hear that from him because he's got the confidence that it takes to drop those dimes. And Cash's catch was just unbelievable, an amazing catch.
Yeah, and then your defense, give them some credit too. Just getting after it, flying to the ball. I know that the athleticism of the quarterback was a concern for you, and really only the one play, the touchdown play that he burned you guys on tonight. Other than that, you did a fantastic job of keeping him in check.
Well, in all the film that we had against the good teams, he broke long runs in every game. And sure enough, he did against us too. He obviously, you saw when he got out in the open how fast he was. So we did a great job of containing him, and I was proud of the kids for the way they did it. And obviously, Coach Cole's having a great scheme.
All right, Coach. Well, it's good to be playing this time of year. Good to be playing at home this time of year, and you'll have to get ready for a big opponent next week. It doesn't matter who it is, somebody you've played before, so it should be a dogfight next Friday.
It's going to be a dogfight no matter who we play.
All right, Coach. Appreciate your time. We'll talk to you Monday on the Coaches Show.
Thank you.
Coach Steve Warner happy with his quarterback dropping dimes. That sounds like a rap song.
Yep.
He's getting ready for basketball season is what it is, all those dimes he's dropping.
Yeah, he started at point guard there second half of the year, didn't he?
Yeah.
In the basketball season. Let's play a little more football first, though.
Agreed.
Good win tonight by the team, and moving on, 7-2, and either Mulvane or McPherson. I think Mac is up 28-0 now.
Yeah, the last score we had,
score?
halftime, yep, McPherson leading 28-0 at the half.
All right, we'll come back, our play of the game, and Andrew Epp will have our final stats. We'll wrap things up. Coming up, the Crusader Locker Room Show here on HKFM.
Locker Room Show is next. Stay tuned as we bring you final stats and name tonight's player of the game. Stream Crusader football on your smartphone with the Ad Astra Radio app. 95.9 HKFM.
Are you building a house?
A swimming pool?
Are your lights flickering?
Call Schmidt Electric.
That's Schmidt Electric. 620-960-6755. Schmidt Electric will take care of all your electrical needs.
Got Spock?
First National Bank is always open. We've made it easier than ever to conduct your banking from your smartphone, tablet, or laptop. Download our app and log right in, or head to our website at fnbhutch.bank. Apply for a loan or open an account over your lunch break or from the comfort of home. Electronic banking everywhere you are. Get started at fnbhutch.bank. First National Bank of Hutchinson, always first for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dal Hunt with Bueller Dental Care. At Bueller Dental Care, we have great registered hygienists to help schedule your family for convenience. You will receive high-quality dental care and build a positive relationship with our experienced staff in a pleasant and reassuring atmosphere. We like to have some fun with you and get to know you while you spend time with us. So be sure to give us a call at 620-543-2768 or email us at drdaldds@gmail.com. Bueller Dental Care, providing healthy smiles with a gentle touch.
Come help us celebrate 75 years of business at Krupp Lumber in Heston. I'm Jared, and from choosing the perfect lumber to recommending the right tools, since 1948, we at Krupp Lumber have been there to help you every step of the way. We offer a wide selection of top-quality windows and doors. We also offer kitchen and bath options. Not only do we offer paints and lawn and garden supplies, but we also build floor and roof trusses in-house and can help you design your own. Celebrating 75 years, Krupp Lumber, service is our specialty.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, back on our Crusader Locker Room Show, we'll get to final stats coming up here momentarily in the broadcast tonight. Get to our Man of Steel as well. WIFCO Steel Products, from storage tanks to steel walkways to stairways and platforms. WIFCO Steel Products is the expert in steel fabrication online at WIFCOSP.com. And We don't give it to those guys on the defensive side of the ball just a whole lot. But we were talking about Cruz Hirschberger up here tonight, and he's stepped into that spot where he's playing quite a bit now on the defensive line, and he was fantastic tonight.
Yeah, made a lot of plays, was difficult for Ulysses to block, and you think about some of those plays where the ball carrier got downfield past where he was at, running things down from behind. So good to see him using his speed and quickness there up there on the D-line.
And Coach Coles is kind of, he's been massaging, moving some guys around on defense, and I think they've each kind of found their sweet spot. They're not real big on the defensive side on that line, but they're fast and they're strong.
Well, and they're able to beat slow guys, right? So part of the reason, from a scheme perspective, that Coach Coles does that is to operate a strength against a weakness, right? And so you have a guy that understands leverage and how to get a good quick first step, and it puts the offensive guards typically in a really weird spot, and especially if they're pulling a lot, then it just vacates the spot, and before the tackle can block down, he's already through the hole. So it's really a unique scheme that Bueller uses more than anybody else that we watch, and uses it to great effect.
The other team that's got the small guys up front,
McPherson,
is probably the team we're going to see next week.
Yep, you're exactly right. Well, it's just funny because when you look at a roster, typically you don't see tailback/D line. I mean, that's just something that's a combination. I mean, anytime I look at
unless it's a really small school.
Yes,
right?
Yeah. You look at those high school football rosters, and you always weird things where you see like quarterback D end, or there's just certain combinations that don't happen very often. But you think about Hirschberger's listed as a tailback on offense. He's listed as a linebacker up here, but that was at the beginning of the year. Now he's solidly playing D line. Same with Cash Carson. He's listed as a split end/D tackle. That's not a combination you see very often either. But no, Coach Coles does such a good job of using team speed because, and I'll tell you, I would take speed over size any day of the week on either side of the football.
Especially speed that understands leverage, right? Speed that understands how to use your body to get underneath big guys. And it's obvious that that's a thing Coach Coles works on because year after year after year after year, they pull guys that, to Aaron's point, don't look like they should be playing in the interior. It's not even on the edge. It's at the interior of the defensive line and just wreak havoc.
Well, I was just thinking about when Cash Carson goes to a party in college and they start talking about high school football, and I'll be like, I played defensive tackle. I was a D tackle. People are going to be, what in the world? Yeah, I mean, it's going to be one of those things that another Bueller kid's going to have to pipe up and be like, yep, he was a D lineman.
Well, they're going to think that he went to like a six-man school, right?
You're a tailback or a wide receiver, not absolutely. You get to the upper levels of football, how many defensive tackles have single-digit numbers? It just
unless you're in the SEC, they started doing that like crazy here lately. But it's just fun. Well, and the neat thing about it, and I think just overarching everything tonight, guys, in sports period, you want to be playing the best ball of the season when you go into the playoffs and the postseason. And kind of the neat thing for Bueller, both sides of the ball, offense, defense, special teams. And I know Ulysses was an 0-8 team, but still, don't you guys feel like Bueller's playing some of the best ball all year long right now?
Yeah, I would say even notwithstanding the loss last week, take away the first quarter, Bueller 100% outplayed McPherson the last three quarters and did so convincingly in some ways, especially offensively with the passing game. I've never seen Bueller be as prolific throwing the ball. Jeffrey looked as comfortable as we've ever seen him. He looked in control of the offense last week. And so, there's a part of me that really wishes we didn't have to play McPherson until the final on the semifinal. That said, man, let's go. Let's get them.
Got to play them sometime.
Rip the Band-Aid off
absolutely. Good stuff tonight. And how about that JV offense? Driving down the field, longest drive of the night. Eli White had a great run on a critical third down on a play he ran to the outside that was just fantastic. And then Luke Kearns had a nice run into the end zone, too.
Yep, and I have to single him out. I talked about him earlier, but old Fletcher Westfall getting his first PAT and seeing him celebrate. I mean, that's just so fun for me because when we first moved to town, they lived across the park from us. And so he was one of those neighbor kids that when Jack, my fourth grader, was first born, I still remember when we first came home from the hospital, Fletcher came and knocked on the door and was like, "Can Jack play?" He was so excited to have another kid to play in the neighborhood, but he's just a great kid I've watched grow up. And I know he's had fun this year kicking PATs on the freshman team. And to just see that raw enthusiasm and excitement of those freshmen.
He was pumped.
Let's
go.
Yes,
you can almost imagine him running off hollering.
And just knowing his family, that just personally, that was just so fun to see those guys. And just, Matt, with having a son out there and just all these other freshmen, just fun to get to see him out there for the first time underneath the big lights.
When you finally see the kids that you've spent time coaching and watching, right, for years, and to have a little success, picked up a first down, that's pretty cool for those guys.
Good stuff. So Cruz Hirschberger, our Whipco Steel Products Man of Steel tonight, from stores, tanks, and steel walkways to stairways and platforms. Whipco Steel Products is the expert in steel fabrication. Online at whipcosp.com. Final stats, final thoughts when we come back on HKFM.
Bueller Crusaders play on 95.9 HKFM. Join Aaron West and Chris Shank Friday nights beginning with pregame at 6:30. Stream Crusader football on your phone or tablet with the Ad Astra Radio app.
Love your phone but tired of your current provider? Bring your device to Next Tech Wireless and experience wireless built by Kansans for Kansans. For a limited time, get 4 lines with unlimited data for $100. Have questions? Call or text our local customer care team at 877-621-2600. Next Tech Wireless. Home on the range.
If you're looking for a late starting college class, Hutchinson Community College may have what you need. It's not too late to get enrolled. We have classes starting throughout the semester. Call 620-665-3535 or email myfuture@hutchcc.edu today.
The right price for protection is easier to find than you might think. Contact me, Andrew Parr, your Allstate agent in Hutchinson, for a free quote. Protection shouldn't be pricey. Call me today or stop by the office at 13th and Main in Midtown Hutchinson. Are you in good hands?
This is Annette with Annette KF Insurance. Inflation is hitting us hard, so it's a good time to review the cost and coverage of your auto and homeowners insurance. As an independent agent, I represent Goodville Mutual and several other fine companies. Stop by Annette Epp Insurance in Hutchinson at 2500 North Main, Suite E, or call 620-662-4900.
Every day is a great day for drug and alcohol prevention. If we help kids develop the skills to never start using vapes and other drugs, they will be more successful at sports, school, arts, and other activities. Youth need to know vapes are addictive, drugs can be dangerous, and quitting is really hard. For ways to talk to your kids about these subjects, check out resources at riseupreno.org. Young people who make good decisions and advocate for themselves now will be able to do even more as adults. Rise up, Reno.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, back here on our Crusader Locker Room show as we wrap it up tonight. Crusaders win 62-16, and our statistician Andrew Epp has some final numbers.
Yeah, not a whole lot different from the first half. There's a few more guys got carries, but overall, a lot of the same stuff. Bueller 445 for total yards to 161 for Ulysses. That includes 327 of the 445 on the ground. Bueller was led by Ben Klaus in rushing with 17 carries for 146 and 4 touchdowns. Also, Corbin Watkins, number 26, is who they're telling us now, wore number 26, had 2 carries for 16 yards and a touchdown. Braden Gentry, 9 carries for 58 yards from the fullback and 1 touchdown on the ground for Braden. And then for Ulysses, 143 yards rushing. Number 7, the quarterback, Adam Alvarado, 15 carries for 128 and a touchdown. And then number 31, Carmelo Orozco, 9 carries for just 15 yards. And then as for passing, pretty much the same. Alvarado for Ulysses finishes with 18 yards on 3 for 6 passing with 1 interception and 1 touchdown. And then for receiving, Carmelo Orozco, number 31, had 3 catches for 18 yards and 1 score. And then Jeffrey Neal, same as the first half, 6 for 6 for the Crusaders. Jeffrey Neal, 118 yards through the air, 3 touchdowns, 6 different receivers, as I had mentioned earlier. Caught passes for the Crusaders. That was Quentin Pisano, had a 132-yard reception for a score. Mitchell McDaniel, 114-yard reception for a touchdown. And then Cash Carson gets, I believe, his first receiving touchdown of the year with a 13-yard catch. Then also with receptions for the Crusaders today, Braden Gentry and Ty Goins and Tavian Gilliam, all with receptions for the Crusaders. On third downs, Buhler 5 for 6. Ulysses just 2 for 7. Each team 0 for 1 on fourth downs. Ulysses 3 turnovers, Buhler 1. And then 5 different new guys for the Crusaders got carries in the second half. That was number 26, Corbin Watkins. Number 16, Eli White. 24, Carter Jones. And then Dylan Skripsik and Jackson Pratt, the freshman, got carries as well in the second half. And other than that, I think that's what I've got for you today, Aaron.
All right, thanks, buddy. Good job tonight. 62-16 the final. Let's give you our Dick's Phillips 66 Phillip stat of the game. Phillip on top tier gasoline, snacks, and more at Dick's Phillips 66. 4th and Stevens in Hutch. How about just 18 passing yards tonight for the Ulysses Tigers? As Aiden Alvarado, 3 of 6, 18 yards. The other big number, the 4 turnovers by the Ulysses, including 2 on special teams in the game, and Buhler wins it. Big win tonight, 7-2, and they'll get either Mulvane or McPherson here at Crusader Stadium coming up next Friday night. As we wrap up our broadcast, we'll run through the scores that we do have. A lot of games have run through halftime, and if I can get my scores in Kansas. Not loading right now, it says. So I guess maybe we won't have any scores for you. I can give you a few if I punch the right button. A few that are on the network. Can tell you Trinity Catholic now leading Plainville in the second half, 13-6. Holcomb over Pratt at half, 20-14. Third quarter, Scott City 49, Smoky Valley 6. McPherson, last score we had, they were up 28-0. On Mulvane. Chanute leading Casey Schlegel 47-0 at the half. Marion at the half over Wabaunsee 40-8. Those are some other final scores. Halftime, Hutch High leading Wichita West 31-6. Cheney beat Colby tonight 50-0. Halftime, Miege trailing St. James Academy 14-0. Nearing halftime, Sterling was leading Ellis 30-8. Andale over Hugoton at the half, 38-0. Kingman, without their quarterback who broke his thumb, still leading Hillsborough at halftime, 18-6. And one final that we do have, Canton Galva moves on in 8-man football as they beat Colony Crest, the Lancers, tonight, 56-8. Lane McManus had 6 touchdowns for Canton Galva in that game.
Yep, so lots of teams from Central Kansas advancing on to the regional round coming up next Friday. So it's exciting times because, of course, schools from that we cover from 6-man all the way up to Buhler here in 4A. So a whole slew of classifications, that 7 to be exact, that we'll be covering. We covered this week and we'll be covering next week as well.
Not so good for the teams in Southeast Kansas. It is first 2 nights of the playoffs have not been very kind to them. So we'll see you next Friday night. 7 o'clock kickoff it should be. And 6:30 for the pregame from Crusader Stadium here in Buhler. Second round of the playoffs. And either Mulvane or McPherson. Looking forward to getting a second crack at one of those guys coming up on Friday.
Yeah, and we'll give the plug. If you want to listen to the Mulvane-McPherson game, you can listen to it on our sister station, KMCP 98.9 and 1540, and on the Ad Astra Radio app. So if you're in the Hutch area, or if you just want to hear it online, you can just say, hey, Alexa, play KMCP, and you'll be able to listen to the McPherson-Mulvane game.
Yeah, continuing coverage of our Hutch CC Road to a Championship presented by Next Tech Wireless. As Chris said, go online to adastraradio.com or download the Ad Astra Radio app for a complete list of all the games along with live streaming of the games we're covering here throughout the playoffs. Buhler wins at 62-16 here on this Friday night. Week 9 of football, buddy. Have a great weekend. Don't get too wet tomorrow outside in Manhattan. I-70 tomorrow morning will be a zoo.
Yes. We're going to try to pull out of Hutch America at 7 a.m. to try to get there for that 11 o'clock kickoff. 11 o'clock kickoffs are always tough in Manhattan because the window of time, everybody trying to get to time at the same time.
Yeah.
But KU playing as well.
Jayhawks kickoff about the same time?
Yes, I can't remember. Yeah, did they get the big noon kickoff as well? The
midday, early afternoon, I think. So, yeah, I-70 will be packed with people trying to get to either Manhattan or Lawrence tomorrow. And, of course, that's the perfect time for road construction.
Yes. Oh, it is. Well, I saw the sign on the Hutch Business the other day that said, Frogger, the game of, or Cones edition, or, the play on Game of Cones. It's definitely the Game of Cones up there in Geary County on I-70 right now.
Well, that's always been congested anyway, where you get off I-70 to go to Manhattan on game day.
Yes.
It always gets backed up anyway.
And I'm going to tell my PSA, too. There is no stop sign when you pull off I-70 turning on to K-18.
But you stop anyway.
No, you're not supposed to. It's
well,
funny.
You're not supposed to, but people do.
You can always tell if somebody's not a real K-Stater if they stop there when they get off the interstate, because anybody that knows that, they have the stop signs actually set up on K-18 to where you just get off and turn left. But, yeah, people stop, and it just makes you cringe. So
if it's been your first, if it's your first time, you're probably stopping.
Yes, because every off ramp in America has a stop sign up there, except for that one. But,
except for that one, and that's probably to help that flow of traffic.
Yes, but I did figure out a shortcut that I don't know if I'm going to disclose it because we took it last week on Clark's Creek Road, directly south of there. So
is it paved?
It is paved. So I actually am just we took it on the way out of town. So. So a little PSA to the Buhler folks. So when you're going, just exit off at K57, going towards Council Grove, and you take that, and then you go over to Clark's Creek Road, and then you come up and you hit K18. So I don't know.
Or if you want to get there really fast, take a helicopter.
Yes, that would be awesome too.
All right, man. See you Monday. Next Friday, Crusader football, 6:30. Friday, Monday night, our Crusader Coaches Show live with Coach Steve Warner from Taco John's. For Matt Atherton, Chris Shank, and our entire broadcast crew tonight. Also to Tucker and our crew on the Crusader Sports Network for doing all the live streaming. Everybody have a great weekend. Crusaders win it. You've been listening to Crusader Football here on HKFM.
Allen Samuels, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Hutch are proud supporters of high school sports. And of course, we are proud to support our community any way we can. Good luck to all of our athletes this season. We hope you have a fun and memorable and most